Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
All right, no Brandon Beam. Back tomorrow. Should I put a question mark there? Back tomorrow? I think he is.
Yeah, he'll be back tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow. I'm Tito.
Hopefully. He's scheduled to be back tomorrow. That's the plan.
Well, he's not. Like, what is he doing? Do we know? Is it like just a couple of days because you got to burn the days? Or is
just
it?
Hanging out, yeah.
Okay,
he's
that's fine.
Got some time off, PTO that needs to be used.
All right.
So we'll work through that.
I'm Tito. He's Bobby Carpenter. Mark the Shark back there running things for us. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Thursday. We have a big show lined up for you today. Bobby, today might be one of the great. Shark, roll tape on today because it's going to be good. Might be one that would get an Emmy or somehow be in the Smithsonian. But we are going to have Craig Krenzel on. I'll go backwards here. 8:33. Craig Krenzel going to join us. He was part of probably what I think is, and Shark can argue this, the greatest Ohio State win over Purdue in history. Most significant one, I should say, put it that way. Albert Breer coming on. He'll be on around 8:05 today with us. We also have Dylan Tyrer on with us at 7:19. He'll talk CBJ with us as well. Lots to talk about today with regards to what went on last night in basketball. We got some OSU sound from yesterday with Ryan Day, Denzel Burke as well. But it's going to be a banging show. We'll do our Duel at Dawn, our NFL picks, all that stuff, Bobby. It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be on here. You know, it's weekend's finally over. Back to the sports week now, which runs Thursday to Monday night.
Right.
Even though there was some action on, I mean, you've got football on every night now. I try to take a little reprieve on Tuesday and Wednesday to relax a little bit, try to get some sleep that off. But, yeah, excited here as we got a nice little Thursday night slate and heading into the weekend and Buckeyes at noon, which is the new favorite playtime, I guess, for Ohio State moving forward.
You know, Bobby, they haven't announced Indiana time yet. Obviously, we know it's noon.
Coach.
You think it's noon?
Yeah. I would be stunned if it's not.
Is it true that, like, I don't know about Tressel, but I heard that Urban used to push for a noon kickoff the week before Michigan, so you had more time.
Yeah.
They always did. That's gone that way always?
They've always tried to have a noon kick the week before
because
Michigan.
they want the extra time to prepare for Michigan.
Yeah, 3:30 is not bad. You're getting done probably about 7:38. But if you're done at noon, I mean, you can actually get some 3 or 4 hours of work in, have
amazing to me.
Some legitimate time with your family. Well, the problem is it's become exacerbated because now, I mean, I say now, it's been 10 years since they moved the Michigan game behind Thanksgiving. And so that week gets real crowded in a hurry.
Sure.
And you never used to have Thanksgiving in there. So they try to handle that the very best that they possibly can. So, yeah, you're trying to get some work done. And so, yes, I'm guessing noon for Indiana is fine. At 3:30, I think for the gravity of that game would be good. But the noon start for Northwestern up there.
Right.
BTN, that's about right with what they are. This game against Purdue, noon, I guess, is I would like at least a home 3:30 every now and then. The problem is Purdue's no good.
Right, you can't justify it,
and they make the big games all noon. So you have bad games at noon. You have the huge games at noon. It's like, well, who's in the middle? Iowa? They were 3:30. That's been about it.
Yeah, that's part. It's just amazing to me, Bobby, how precise, like, how much a few hours means when you're prepping for that Michigan game, as far as the coaching staff goes.
How much a few hours means for the fans who are trying to go out there and tailgate and have a good time and get ready for the game as well.
All right.
Those are the real champions.
Those are the ones. There we go. All right, time for Today in History. Here we go, Bobby.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Take it away, General.
Oh, it is Thursday, November 7th, the first Thursday, I believe, of the month. Yeah, tomorrow will be the second Friday. Last Friday was the first 312th day of the year, 54 days remaining in this 2024. The state 1504, Christopher Columbus returns from his fourth and final voyage to the New World, crossing the pond, as they call it. The state 1893, Colorado becomes the second state to permit women to vote in elections. 1910, how about this? The first air freight delivery ever made. You know where it came from?
Right, Pat.
I don't think Right Pat was a thing. because
Dayton, Ohio?
the Wright brothers were the ones flying it. But it was from Dayton. Do you know where it went?
Cleveland. I don't know.
Columbus, Ohio. Flown by the Wright brothers.
You could have driven that and been okay, right? Why'd you have to fly? That's a waste of time.
Yeah, it was a department store owner back in the day, I believe. Gosh, I wish I could read my writing. I think it's Max Morehouse, if I'm not mistaken. So, big day there in some air freight, getting it done.
Do you know what it was they sent?
Max department store owner Max Morehouse. I have probably not something too big.
I wouldn't think.
I mean, they're flying on those little glorified gliders they had. This is 1944. I'll never forget the day that Beam learned this.
Oh, no.
FDR was elected to his fourth and unprecedented final term. Third was also unprecedented at the time.
Yes.
Since then, there's been laws been put in place to where, obviously, term limits for the President of the United States serving 2 terms. Beam had no idea that there was anyone that served more than 2.
Hey, Shark, why weren't any good ones? Like, why did nobody else have 3 and 4 terms back
because
then?
it was respect to Washington who served 2.
It was?
It was a precedent.
They wanted George to run for a 3rd time, and he said, no, this shouldn't be a monarchy.
2 terms?
Yeah.
2 terms for George.
And that was come on, man. That was the precedent that was set. I was giving
him on the dollar bill.
He's on the dollar bill. He's also on the quarter.
Got that one. The only one with 2 denominations that he's on?
I mean, is
he the only one?
Only one with 2.
No, Lincoln's on
the 5 and the penny.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only 2 then aren't? That's what I'm asking.
I believe so.
The only ones, yeah.
Okay, you all right with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Just making sure.
Two of the top 5 presidents.
But I was talking to my son yesterday about political parties and the Constitution, because he was like, he was under the fact that they were like written into the Constitution. I go, nowhere in the Constitution does it address political parties. Like, that's not something that was designed to be part of our democracy. In fact, they didn't really want it at the time. Moving forward, this date's 1967. Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Public Broadcasting Act, creating PBS and public broadcasting throughout the United States. And then on this date, 1991, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, retired early. Shark, due to HIV, Magic Johnson.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today. I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease. My wife is fine. She's negative, so no problem with her. I plan on going on, living for a long time, so you'll see me around. I plan on being with the Lakers in the league and going on with my life.
The AIDS, and his wife was fine. And, he said I lived for a long time, and he has.
He has, yeah. Cookie. He and Cookie had been married 2 months when he got that word.
Oh, goodness. That is a rough.
Is that one of the moments for you, like, as far as, like,
I thought Magic Johnson would be dead in 5 years.
No, it's like when he makes the announcement, it's not like one of your, I remember where I was at when I heard it kind of things, or whatever it was. Like,
I don't know if I remember where I was at, but I remember how big of a deal it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 8 years old when that happened.
Right.
I mean, it was a fairly substantial deal.
Sure.
Because everything prior to that was, when I thought of people with AIDS, I mean, they looked like
they were dead.
Mr. Burns, it was Tom Hanks in Philadelphia, not Magic Johnson, who I always like to tell the story. I got a chance to meet him when I was in Dallas my rookie year, came out to training camp. And if you would have told me when I was in high school that would have happened, I don't know what my reaction would have been.
Right.
But, I shook the guy's hand. I didn't even think twice about it. It was very weird because, it was Magic Johnson, and he didn't look like he had anything wrong with him.
Right.
He looked like he could have played defensive end for us at that point in time. Just huge man, strong. Obviously, you see how big and broad his shoulders are now. And then on this day, 2020, your buddy Joe Biden elected as the 46th president of the United States. Some birthdays today. Sharks, one of his top.
You didn't want to hear from Joe?
Oh, we got Joe. I'm sorry, I didn't miss that.
I got
my buddy.
Joe.
It's good.
My fellow Americans, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million. What I must admit has surprised me. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow. Bring a better day.
Your buddy, Joe Biden. Shark, where do you rank him on your all-time presidents list?
He's number 46, Bob.
Okay, there you go.
How many have there been total?
There's 47 now with president-elect.
There's only been 45, though. Two.
So you're putting him behind? You're putting him behind Nixon?
I was giving him the number of presidents. I wasn't ranking him.
I'm just asking.
On to the next. On to the next. All right, we've got some birthdays here. I don't want to get hung up on Sharks guy Sleepy Joe because one of his all-time favorites, Leon Trotsky, was born on this day, 1879. Shark, where's he rank in your favorite comrades of all time?
Trotsky was an author, wasn't he?
I think he might have been.
Yeah.
Or was that Leo Tolstoy?
Also an author. Tomato.
Billy Graham, the evangelist, born on this date, 1918. And Christopher Knight, turning 67 today, better known as Peter Brady.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Alice. What's for dinner? Pork chops. Pork chops. What else? Applesauce? Pork chops and applesauce. That's swell. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Peter.
We're having pork chops and applesauce.
Hey, Pete, that's pretty good. Of course, there's only one Humphrey Bogart.
You don't like this new personality either?
Oh, well, that's just the trouble, Peter. It's not your new personality. It's Humphrey Bogart's old one.
All the great personalities belong to somebody else.
That's a great line. All the great personalities belong to somebody else. David Guetta turning 57, 65 million singles worldwide. Anthony Thomas, the A-Train, turning 47. When he left, Michigan Shark all-time leading rusher in Wolverines history. Wish Bean was here today. He played for his lovely Bears. Big Bears legend. Mike Commodore turning 45 today. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Don't you want to hear from Mike Commodore?
Let's hear from the commie.
I got traded from Jersey to Anaheim. It was Mike Babcock's first year as a head coach in the NHL. I had never met Mike Babcock. Wouldn't know him if he walked in the room. For whatever reason, he didn't want anything to do with me. He did not like me, and that was kind of the end of it. So when he sent me down, I was supposed to play. And so when the media asked him, well, why is Mike not here? His response, which it ended up being so hard for me to shake, his response was, wow, he showed up. He wasn't in shape. Didn't seem like he wanted to be here, so we sent him down. I showed up early. I wasn't stupid.
I love him. Babs the bully. He was the canary in the coal mine, Shark, if you will. And no one seemed to listen. Some passings today. Eleanor Roosevelt, the 39th First Lady of the United States, passing away in 62. Steve McQueen, the king of cool. I was hoping we get some of him, Sharky, passing away in 80. Joe Frazier passing away in 2011. Darryl Royal passing away in 2012, the longtime Texas head coach. And Roy Halladay, couldn't believe 7 years ago today, 2017, 8-time All-Star, 2-time Cy Young winner. Perfect game thrower as well, dying in a plane crash in 2017.
There are new questions about the small plane that former pitching ace Roy Halladay was flying when he crashed into the Gulf of Mexico yesterday. Here's Chris Van Cleve.
This new video shows what appears to be Roy Halladay's final moments, flying close to the water before crashing the Icon A5 he'd owned for less than a month. The NTSB's Noreen Price.
A lot of witnesses have said that the plane was maneuvering at low altitude.
Icon has marketed the A5, which can land on water, as safe and easy to fly even for inexperienced pilots. Icon had used the former baseball star in promotional videos. The company says it was devastated to hear of Halladay's death and will do everything it can to support the accident investigation going forward.
Some holidays and observances today. It is International Merlot Day. Sounds good. Little League Girls Day, National Bittersweet Chocolate Day, National Gin Day, National Cash Back Day, and Notary and Return Day as well. It's always the Thursday after the election in November, and those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Thursday, November 7th, the first Thursday of the month, 312th day of the year. 54 days remaining in 2024.
Well done, as always, General. Coming up next, Ryan Day spoke. He has some special news about special teams. We'll do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no major crashes that we're watching, but watch for police blocking off an area near the airport, the northbound lanes of Stelzer Road right at 7th Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654, or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
Football is all about winning, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, we've got everything you need to stay game day ready. Don't forget our Carvenience service, the most convenient way to service your vehicle. We pick it up, drop off a rental, and we bring it back to you when it's done. Plus, every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Hinderer Motor Company, where convenience and confidence meet. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Meijer knows that Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. During the week of Thanksgiving, November 24th through the 30th, when you buy Meijer brand foods, our Simply Give program will feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. So when you bring that perfectly fluffed stuffing to the table, the cranberry sauce and green bean casserole, you're actually bringing more good to more neighbors. Let's bring more good to Thanksgiving with Meijer brand and Simply Give. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community, except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station, except Bo. The Fan.
Fall is here and so are cooler temps. And are you craving some slow roasted turkey and dressing yet? Me? Bobby Carpenter. I love Thanksgiving. I just don't love it at Thanksgiving time. I love it all year long. And so the more I can get it, the better it is. And so at Bob Evans, you don't have to wait to Thanksgiving to be able to enjoy their delicious turkey that's been slow roasted for 6 hours. Their turkey and dressing dinner plate is available any day for just $8.99. Or you can even try the turkey and dressing family meal to go at bobevans.com.
At Diamond Cellar, we've been crafting love stories for over 77 years. Trust, quality, and always the guaranteed best price. Visit us today to experience the Diamond Cellar difference. Stop into our showroom on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Clouds this morning. However, the sun does come out later on today. It'll be cooler than yesterday with a high in the low 60s. Sunny tomorrow, high 63. Dry Saturday with increasing clouds. And then we are tracking our next rainstorm on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Michael Sharp with you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. A wonderful Thursday. Bobby Ryan Day spoke yesterday to one of the things he talked about. I want to get to this first because I think this is interesting. He was talking about how last week's win has carried over into practices this very week. Let me get that going here for you. Here we go.
In energy, a lot of encouragement, a lot of confidence. Confidence breeds success. Success breeds confidence, and you can just kind of see that building here as we go. But I think for our team, there's a confidence in the physicality that we brought to the table. Now, the execution's got to be better. If we want to get to where we need to be and be undefeated in November and continue to build from there, our execution's got to improve. But all that being said, we still have to bring the same physicality at noon against Purdue. And so, that's been the conversation. Practices have been good. They've been a lot of energy out there. I'm sure you can probably hear it from in here. That's just kind of the way it's been. So, we'll see how this team continues to grow. But, I think this is an important week for us to see where we come out of this game and where we are projecting.
Bobby, I wanted this after the Oregon game. It sounds to me like Ohio State is even more focused now after the win than they were despite having the 2 weeks after the Oregon loss. Is that possible?
Well, after the Oregon loss, you were trying to figure out your offensive line still, and then still trying to figure that out heading into Penn State. You feel like you maybe found something now with it. And the bye weeks are interesting because you're not preparing for anything.
Right.
It's a reflective look. That there's some introspection there on why, what you're good at, what you're not, how to figure things out. But there's no there's no clearly defined mission for that week other than you're trying to improve, but there's no measuring stick at the end of it. Then you get into your next week of playing games. And sometimes coming off of a loss like that and the way everything happened, it's just a difficult situation to kind of wrap around and maybe be as productive as you would have liked to have been. And not that you weren't working on some different things. There's no game to be the judge, to be the arbitrator of it at the end of the game.
Yeah, it just feels it feels to me, Bobby, like it's, as a fan, you might look at it and say, oh, wow, this is great, a bye week. As a coach, it's got to be a challenge.
Yeah, well, especially coming off a loss.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit on that stuff. It stinks. And so they had to sit on that, and they had to eat it for a week, which is terrible. But that's just the way the schedule fell, and they didn't win that game. So getting into Penn State, all right, you found there was some energy, there's some juice, there's positivity, there's hope in the fact that, hey, all of our goals are still out in front of us now. We took care of one monumental hurdle on the road, and let's get back to it. And the challenge will be the next couple of weeks. Purdue and Northwestern aren't anything to write home about.
Sure.
They're both bad, and they played each other in overtime, so they're equally as bad.
Right.
One's at home, one's on the road. They're both noon starts. The Wrigley game will have a little bit of juice this week. I think there'll be some spillover juice from the last game, and they're still working through that offensive line. But them coming out and being okay, let's start fast, let's play really well, and get it over. There's a different mentality as opposed to when you're going into Oregon, maybe even Iowa to a certain extent, but Nebraska, Penn State as well. This is a 4-quarter game, and we're going to need everybody the entire time. Whereas you say those things, you understand the Purdue they're a college football team and they have players on scholarship too, but it's just, there's not the gravity to it. And so understanding that, but then keeping everything up so you want to stay sharp and efficient, that's going to be the challenge.
I want to play these two clips back to back. We'll start off Ryan Day talking about emphasizing special teams.
I don't know if we're quite getting what we're putting into it out of it right now. And that was a challenge to the team this week. We got to start making all the work that we're putting into it show up on the field. And I'm tired of saying one play away or one block away or whatever. We got to start doing it on the field. So we had a couple funky things happen to us, but overall I think the effort's been good, but it has not been a big plus for us this year. It's been solid. I thought the 2 field goals were huge in the game. That was great. I think overall there's been great effort and some good play out there, but it needs to be a plus for us. It needs to be one of those things that be a game changer. We haven't had that. Now some of it with the kickoff returns, you see a lot of the kickoff returns go out of the end zone now. You see some different things going on, but still, it's a challenge this week to continue to get more production out of the special teams.
I'll play this one now real quick, Bobby, then we'll talk. This is about using Caleb Downs as a return man.
We want to continue to add to, his ability to make an impact on games. And when we feel like it's appropriate to put him back there, we'll do that, because we feel like, when the ball's in his hands, he's pretty dynamic. We haven't quite had a chance to see, him in the open field break free yet, but excited to hopefully get that done soon. But when we think it's, it makes sense, we'll put him back there. We also think Brandon does a good job as well.
You came for the era, Bobby, when special teams, Tressel said the punt was the most important play in football for a while there, and it was obviously emphasized dramatically during your time at Ohio State. How do you rate this year's special team so far?
You know what's interesting about that? Tress talked about it a lot, but I don't know if there's any greater emphasis on than what the time they put in with it now. Tress talked about the punt as the most important play in football, and so when you say it all the time, obviously there's going to be just that overarching understanding of what it is. My wife had a better suggestion. Hers was eliminate the punt and let's just not use it anymore because we're always getting first downs. So instead of leaning into the punt, let's not use it as much.
Did you call Ryan Day last night and tell him that? Hey,
no, this is something that she said when I was in school.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. This has been a long-running theory of hers.
Okay.
She's been trying to workshop and try to get, Tress to listen to that. But Ryan's been doing a lot of this, and this is part of the ability that he has now. When you don't have to call the plays, you're not coordinating the offense, you can be more involved in the special teams, and that's one of the things Tress was able to do. And Ryan's taken, under his purview that, running some scout team stuff for defense, doing a lot of different things. As a head coach, as a play caller, you couldn't do. And now it's we're putting all this time into it. We've got to have some production here. Now, the issue is, there haven't been a ton of returnable punts, and there haven't been a lot of returnable kicks. They've had Caleb Downs back there. They've been practicing with him. They've shown that the ability, but you have to get stuff that's fieldable to be able to utilize it. And so some of that comes maybe you have to pressure a punt to make sure they're kicking it down the middle and they don't have as much time to kick it. There's different methodologies and different levers you can pull to get that done. But, yeah, there's a lot to this. And they're going to need some critical special teams. Making 2 field goals last week was big in that game.
Yeah.
Now, they were by an inch or by a mile. It all counts the same. But you've got to make sure that you're converting and you have, as Tress used to say, superior special units.
Browns GM Andrew Berry met with the media yesterday and talked about the direction of the franchise. Sounds like the GPS is not working. We'll do that next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Still no crashes to tell you about, but watching traffic pick up out in Dublin on 33 and on the southeast side coming in from Canal Winchester. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
The holidays are right around the corner. Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose a loan amount from $1,000 to $5,000.
Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan for details.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options and choose a Medicare Advantage plan. You'll feel confident because you have plan options that fit your needs. You could have a plan with a $0 premium and even personalized care from a wide network of doctors, or all-in-one plans that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. When it comes to the benefits and support you need, Humana has Medicare Advantage plans made for your well-being and your wallet. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. We often hear businesses say that they are, quote, family owned and operated, which leads you to think, how often are the owners of the company involved in day-to-day operations? Well, when it comes to Newman Roofing, I can personally tell you that I met with Tim. I met with his daughters. They have 4 family members of Newman Roofing overseeing the different divisions of the company, ensuring that an excellent customer service experience is going to be provided to you every time. Folks, I can personally testify they were great with my wife and I, and they will do the same for you. With Newman Roofing, Their family focuses on every detail, and it allows them to deliver that white glove experience, not just for me, but for everyone, that you're not going to get with those larger corporations. 32 years in business, 3 generations in the roofing industry. They can do it all, and they will take care of you. So before those winter storms hit, have Newman Roofing come out and take a look. Whether it's a repair or replacement, Newman has you covered at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Can't make it to the game? Watch the Fan's pre- and post-game shows live on YouTube. Just search 971 The Fan and click subscribe.
The Fan's YouTube channel is sponsored by Coors Light.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $2.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. We're dealing.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I can attest, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now. And I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Bobby, I don't want to kick people when they're down. I don't want to kick Browns fans when they're down.
Well, yesterday in 1995, I mean, Shark, what are you going to do next year on November 7th? The 30-year anniversary of Art Modell giving you the shank.
Celebrate his death
by urinating on his grave.
Wow. Hall of Famer, though, right? He should be the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no.
Yes, he should
Why?
be. He did so many great things for the NFL. He did a lot of great things for the NFL.
Like what?
Negotiated the television contracts, the way it's all set up now. It was Art Modell's the one who was like spearheading all of that.
Are you sure about that?
He was.
I feel like that's revisionist history.
It's not. It's happened. That's what it was.
Pete Rozelle wanted the contract with the networks to be $1 million, and Modell got him $2 million. Today, it's a couple more than
that. A little more. So this is the time of year, Bobby, by the way, every year we'll ask Shark this question. And I'm curious what his answer is going to be this year. If I told you another Browns escape was going to happen, like the Baltimore one, where Cleveland's going to relocate to London and be the London Kings, and you've got 2 years with no Browns football, but new ownership coming in, would you take it?
I don't think the ownership's the problem. Like, the Haslam's want to win.
Well, they made some poor decisions. I'm saying the franchise, though, is in a bad spot right now.
It could be.
Right?
Well, they're in a bad spot, but it's interesting. They're really in a bad spot because of one terrible decision.
Sure.
But it's the decision that a lot of other people would have made as well. So I don't
know if they would have made the decision the Browns made.
There were other teams.
I know, but not to the extreme that the Browns did.
What do you mean? There were other teams that were lined up that were prepared.
No one's going to pay Watson that much money.
Oh, that's not accurate.
You think somebody?
It's inaccurate.
Okay, Watson.
I talked to Breer. Breer has brought it up multiple times. The people that I know in the NFL, there's a false narrative that's been painted around it. Maybe they would not have had all fully guaranteed.
Right.
But the deal would have been, like, you would be in the same situation today with Watson as you would have with another team.
I was under the impression Watson wanted to go to Atlanta originally. That was like his destination he wanted to go to, but they would not meet his demands.
You know what? We'll ask Breer about that today.
Yeah. Shark, what's
He's
your...
on at 8:05 every Thursday.
What's your answer, Shark?
If I could basically give up the team for a couple years.
2 years are gone. New ownership comes in. Yep. And you go through the expansion process again.
Who is the new ownership? Because remember, I don't know, 12 years ago, we were so excited about the Haslams. They were coming from Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Minority owners of the Steelers. They know how to run an organization.
Right.
And then they went through 5 coaches and 6 general managers in 4 years.
Sure.
Just trying to find the right ones.
Maybe they should have hired Tomlin over here. Would I do that? Oh, gosh.
2 years, no Browns, but it's a crapshoot with new owners, but maybe it's better.
I know. You don't know who the new owners are.
But the Watson thing is gone, then all of a sudden now.
All right. You talked me into it.
You do it.
Mike Brown is your new owner.
Oh, there we go. Now you lost out.
He
Andrew
sells
Berry.
the Bengals and takes over the Browns.
Andrew Berry was hey, the Bengals are a better spot than the Browns are.
Are they?
They've been to 2 Super Bowls.
That is true. But you also have to deal with an ownership group that's cheap and won't spend money. And the fact that you're like right on the cusp of doing things, but they don't pay people and they've got they wouldn't even build an indoor for heaven's sake.
As a fan, would you rather have cheap that doesn't spend money or spends money ridiculously and doesn't get results?
I would rather have at least people that are trying.
All right. Andrew Berry was asked about if trading for Deshaun Watson was a good deal. Here's what Berry had to say.
I'm really not in reflection mode. I think it's really more not really my focus at this point in the year. Our focus is really on finishing out the 2024 season, having the team play at a higher level, and then kind of we'll get to like those maybe longer term or big picture reflections at a later point in time.
So here, that's the follow-up is when is that later point in time? Is that after the season? Is that after the draft? Because I'd love to talk to you about it and ask you that question. That's the thing. Like, you've got to pin people down.
Sure.
When would be a good time to reflect on that?
I'll say, Shark, this question, you and I can relate to this, Bobby can't. This is like asking the question, how do you feel about your ex-wife? You know, how'd that first marriage go? And then this is what you would say.
I'm really not in reflection mode. I think it's really more not really my focus at this point in the year. Our focus is really on finishing out the 2024 season, having the team play at a higher level, and then kind of we'll get to like those maybe longer term or big picture reflections at a later point in time.
Well, maybe it's like, when did you stop beating your wife? Maybe you ask him that question.
That sounds accusatory, Bobby.
Well, that's the purpose of it, because it's implied that it's already happened and maybe still happening. Like that's the phrasing of the question. That's why it's in there. And that's why when you're asking Andrew Berry, I'm not really in reflection mode.
Right.
That's understandable right now. When is a good time for you to be in reflection mode? Because I'd like to talk to you about that and try to see some of the bigger question is, when did you realize Deshaun Watson wasn't the guy?
Well, he was asked whose decision it was to trade for Watson. Here's what he said.
All of us were on board. Everyone's on board, and obviously with a big commitment in that regard, like that's always going to be the case.
Do you buy that?
I think that is true.
You think everyone's on board?
Yeah, because you're not getting that. The head coach, from the way that I understand it, we have Bo on every Tuesday at 8:35 to talk about this, and I think Stefanski and Andrew Berry brought it to Haslam, and he liked it and approved it. It's like everybody's on board. Like, you're not unilaterally signing a guy to the largest guaranteed contract in NFL history without the guy who's writing the checks being on board. So this is typically how it works. Like, okay, GM, coach, hey, what do we want to do? What's our quarterback situation? Oh, here's this guy available. This is what the stakes are going to be that we're going to have to get him as far as draft capital and what we're going to pay him.
Right.
Is it worth it? Let's sit down and talk with our owner about it. Boom. He likes where they're at. Yeah, this looks great to me. Guy's a Pro Bowl player. Other teams want him. Like, let's see if we can get this deal done.
So you are more in tune on what goes on in the NFL sidelines than the front offices, obviously. But do you think that there was direction from above Stefanski to keep playing Deshaun Watson?
I don't know about that.
I don't know how that happens.
It can. I don't think it's productive. When you say above, are you talking about Barry? Are you talking about Haslam?
Anybody above Stefanski said since like gave the direction. Hey, keep playing Watson. He might not give us the best chance to win. We put a lot of money in this guy. We've got to see what we got with him. Keep playing him.
I don't think we've got a lot of money. It's everybody understands what the situation is with him. Just, I think there's make sure that we know what we have.
Okay.
That we're certain. Okay. That there's not any, hey, he could be this, he could be that. Let's make sure we have total certainty of what we have before we make any decisions to move on. I think that's probably more the line of communication that it is, because once we decide to tear that Band-Aid off, Coach, we're ripping off some hair, maybe some skin around it. Like, it is not, there's a scab that's bled into it. It's not going to feel good. That'll be able to heal after that. But once we rip it off, there's no going back.
Here is also what one more cut here from Andrew Barry about he's reluctant to criticize here Deshaun Watson.
Our focus with Deshaun, I would say for any player with a season-ending injury and a major injury, is first and foremost with the recovery and to make sure that he gets healthy from the Achilles injury. Everything else we'll deal with at a later moment. We haven't played well as a team, and we haven't played well as a unit on offense. And I think oftentimes when you don't play well on offense, obviously your starting quarterback and your play caller will get the most criticism. But the reality is offense it comes down to organization and synchronization. And there's just a lot of shared ownership across the different position groups in terms of why we didn't perform.
All right. Just
a lot of different ownership.
Just say, hey, it was a mistake. Just someone say it.
I mean, I think everybody openly acknowledges it's a mistake. And I don't like to play revisionist history on this, because I think at the time I was in favor of it. There was a lot of people that were. People anticipated him getting close to what he was, and I understand all of the off-field stuff that was coming with it. I was looking at only in the form of his on-field play. Would it help the team? And the one thing they needed, and if all you needed was a quarterback, you would be willing to do anything to get it. And that's what they felt, the only piece they needed. And I think that they were correct in their assessment of that. Was there a better option out there? I mean, I guess they could have kept Baker. And that's what people look at now. It's like, well, maybe they should have just kept Baker. And there was people that were split on Baker when he left. Like, guys bad,
Baker wasn't great in L.A. He was okay, but he wasn't great in L.A.
He's better now.
Yes.
And maybe he would have been really good in this system. And if they just would have given it more time. But sometimes people make decisions, and then you got to own them.
And I don't feel like they're owning it, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bobby, I'm with you on that revision history thing. It doesn't sound like the Browns are owning it.
He said everybody was on board. I mean,
he didn't say everyone. He didn't say, though, this was a mistake.
Well, because you're not going to say that while the guy's still on your roster.
That's what I'm saying. They're not owning it, though. That's
you don't say that while the guy's still on your roster.
All right, coming next, do some quick hitters. The Wolverines really want a certain player. We'll do that next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Thursday. Right now, no crashes to tell you about. Things looking nice and clear out on your Central Ohio roadways. Watching things get a little busy on I-71 near downtown and on 33 out in Plain City. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED, and as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season. a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
It's all about seeking solutions. We take your concerns to the people in power, and we hold them accountable for both their answers and their actions. It's not just about breaking the story and being the first to tell it. It's about breaking that story and being the first to get it right.
Trust is something that's not given, it's earned. And at 10 TV at 6, we are going to give you the most accurate information, and we're going to give it to you straight.
Seeking solutions. This is 10 TV News at 6 and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 and 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying train system. Plus, your choice of one air quality freebie. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Now, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on a water heater and water conditioning combo. Ask us about tax credits when you book your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at clouds out there this morning, but the sunshine comes out as we go into the afternoon hours. Temperatures will reach the lower 60s today. Tonight we drop down to the 40s, looking at a sunny day on your Friday with a high of 63. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
I did play freshman football for Brookhaven, Bobby, till halfway through the season. I hurt my wrist, just so you know that we are two former football players. But anyway, it's a three-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus.
Tito,
your
can you turn that
destination
down,
for
please?
top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranty.
Turn it down.
Billiards Plus.
It's not time for a re-rack.
You're right. It's time for quick hitters, Shark. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking just to me. You're right. Hit the wrong one. Hang on.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
I understand you're getting old. Things
Whatever.
happen.
One mistake in 2 days.
Good morning, boys.
Hi, Shark.
Michigan fans have that national championship in their back pocket, so they're probably not putting Sharon Moore on the hot seat just yet, even though the Wolverines are not bowl eligible yet. Moore may get a boost with a big-time recruit. Quarterback Bryce Underwood is the nation's top recruit in the class of 2025, but recruiting experts believe he will flip from LSU to Michigan. And it's believed that his NIL asking price will be $10 million over several seasons. Bobby, the Wolverines obviously desperate for a quarterback. Underwood is already being compared
What do you mean?
To Vince Young.
Desperate for a quarterback. Is that your assessment of that?
Yes, that was my personal opinion.
Okay, I was just curious.
Based on the play of their three quarterbacks this season.
Well, I mean, R.I.P. Jack Tuttle's career, so like they only have two guys now in the queue. This will be interesting with Underwood. Now, if you remember, Dave Portnoy, who's the founder of Barstool, said that he would give $1 million a year to the NIL quarterback situation in Michigan. And so maybe he talked to Sharon Moore, and this is part of that. If he's asking for 10, that doesn't mean he'll get 10, but maybe he'll get 8, maybe he'll get 7, and maybe this is a part of that. So my thing is, very few guys are ready to come in and play as freshmen. I don't know if he'll make an impact day one. And the development element of it is always tough to predict and project as well. So there's definitely a lot of pieces with this that are going to have to be looked at. But good for the team up north. I mean, if they can pull this off.
God, they need it. I mean, like, I feel like
Do they? I mean, is that just your opinion? Some people might believe their quarterback situation's fine.
I'm not sure who would believe that. You know what? It's a delusional Michigan fan. That's who believes it's fine. But yeah, that's a lot of money there, Bobby.
You'd have to take a pay cut to go to the NFL.
You're right. It's actually true. You're right, Bobby. It's a freshman thing.
Yeah.
It feels to me like there are more freshmen that are ready coming in now, but still, it's a crapshoot with that.
They're ready, but like, how ready are they, and how good is your team around them? Like Quinn Ewers is supposed to be the guy, and he came in, and he's been good now. You know, you look at some of the guys that we've had here and how good they were. Like Justin Fields was really good in college, but he wasn't as good as a freshman.
Right. I look at Raiola.
Carson Beck didn't play. Like Raiola played, but has he been like he's been serviceable, and I think he's shown flashes of why he'll be good, and playing early can be a benefit. But he has coming in as a freshman and lighting the world on fire quarterback is very hard to do.
Former Heisman winner from Southern Cal, Matt Leinart, born in May of 1983. 3 months later, Bobby Carpenter, born in August of 1983. They are both 41 years old. So imagine my shock yesterday when we learned that Cole Leinart, Matt's son, has committed to play his college ball at SMU. Like Daddy, Cole is a quarterback, a junior in Redondo, California. Bob, I really have nothing to add except you're getting old.
Yeah, I mean, my son's a freshman, so he's only 2 years behind him. It's not like it's that much different. And I said I used to, when I come through and talk to recruits, it was talk to the recruits that were around my age, and then it was kind of like I was their uncle. Now these parents come through, and they go, I was in school with you. And I'm like, yep, that's reality, and that's how time works, Shark. I saw that with Matt, and I was like, gosh, he has a kid that old, and I'm like, oh, he's only a junior. My son is a freshman, so yeah, it's how time works, man. Every day you get a little bit older. The youngest you'll ever be, Shark, is right
today.
now.
Yes.
Bobby, we've come full circle. The Shark. We are now having jabs at Bobby about his age, which is amazing to me. Bobby, does it say anything to you about the status, like the state of things at USC, about the fact that Leinart did not go there? And I know there's
good. Was he good enough?
I don't know if he was good. I'm saying, but does it say anything to you about that, or does it just like no?
Just tell me anything.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if his son was.
I think he's a 4-star.
Good enough if he was someone that they desired, if that was a situation where they necessarily didn't want him, if he didn't want that, if he didn't want to go there, or maybe he didn't want to go to the place where his dad went. That's perfectly okay.
Probably the biggest offseason news in college basketball came last April when John Calipari abruptly left Kentucky and took a sizable pay cut to go to Arkansas. Because of Coach Cal, I'm guessing, the Razorbacks are 16th in the preseason AP poll. His debut in Fayetteville was a little bumpy last night. The Hogs were just 4 of 19 from beyond the arc. And Tito, they needed a late 14-1 run to beat Lipscomb University, 76-60.
Lipscomb in Virginia, is that where it is? At North Carolina? Where did you know?
I don't know.
I thought you'd have known that one, Shark. Coach Cal, it's going to be scrutinized all season long when he does it. Transfers in again, and we'll see what he does. This has got to be, I think, his last stop and as a coaching career goes. But look, I'm rooting for Coach Cal to have success just because I think it's good for college basketball, Bobby.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there. And, the fact that he left Kentucky, he'd been there for a decade plus, I believe.
Yeah.
And had done a pretty good job there. Now, maybe they only got they just have the one national
championship there, yep, under Calipari.
Yeah, and, I think that there was hopes that he would have more. Didn't get it done. Goes to Arkansas. They want to have a good program. They've got plenty of folks over there that have big pockets in the Walton family that are willing to pay an NIL, so good for them.
I super teased the re-rack when I started this last segment, but I promise you next segment, after the top of the hour Sports Center, we will get you with the re-rack, and also the Cavs are unbeaten. We'll talk about that next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Thursday to you. Still no major crashes that we're watching, but seeing busy traffic on 23 on the north side of town and on 33 out in Dublin. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your climate hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR 5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at germaintoyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
At Giant Eagle, we know nothing saves you more money than free. So we're giving away free turkeys for your Thanksgiving feast. When you shop your neighborhood Giant Eagle October 17th through November 9th, you'll be earning your way to a free turkey to bake, roast, fry, smoke, grill, carve, and serve. Just spend $300 or more to earn your free turkey. Must scan Giant Eagle loyalty card. Redeem November 10th through 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit gianteagle.com/free turkey for details.
I knew that the first hour and a half of my day was going to be excruciating pain. I mean, it was so much pain, it literally brought tears to my eyes.
Dad to a prominent Ohio basketball family, Satch Sullinger was determined to find relief. And that's exactly what happened.
QC Kinetics, they are awesome. This is my body that they're using to repair itself. And so who wouldn't want to go for that?
QC Kinetics natural treatments got Satch's attention. Finally, a way to get rid of that pain in his knees without going under the knife. And best of all, they used his own healing properties to give him relief.
Since I've been having the treatment, I can go up and down steps. So I'm getting better. And my golf game shows it because I'm starting to hit the ball a little bit better now.
Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics treatments. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus and call today for your complimentary consultation. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Again, 208-4544. QC Kinetics.
You want a sub freshly sliced to order? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want the perfect radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a lone ninja warrior. By night, I glide unseen across the rooftops, watching my enemies from the shadows. By day, I go to Jersey Mike's, watching someone freshly slice my sub. My blade is called Shadow. His blade is a Berserker brand meat slicer. Clearly, I have much to learn about this land. Freshly sliced just for you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great, you get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. Is that a turkey? Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark. The Shark Cavaliers scored the first 8 points of the game in New Orleans, but then had to rally from 12 points down to beat the Pelicans 131-122 to start the season 9-0. Cleveland began the second half on a 14-0 run. Donovan Mitchell scored 29 points. Jared Allen added 16 points and 14 rebounds. In the NFL's Thursday night game, Cincinnati visits Baltimore. The Ravens are 6-3, a half game behind 6-2 Pittsburgh in the AFC North. The Bengals are 4-5 and need a win to stay in the playoff race. Baltimore tight end Isaiah likely won't play because of injury. Cincinnati receiver T. Higgins is listed as doubtful. In college football, Ohio whitewashed Kent State 41-0 in some Wednesday night action. The Bobcats are 6-3. The Sports Center is sponsored by Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning. Need an emergency repair? Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarheating.com.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Shark, you ready for a re-rack? I'm going to go ahead and hit this one.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Austin reaches out on the chat, tells us Lipscomb is in Tennessee. He's a proud alum of that school. Shark thought maybe there's a Hall of Famer from Lipscomb, and we realized it was Gene Big Daddy Lipscomb. Not,
there you go.
Not from the school, but has the same name as the school.
Maybe the school was named after him.
Right.
Exactly.
That's probably what happened.
That's probably the answer.
Yes.
100%.
Let's name it after a president. No, wait. Let's name it after Big Daddy Lipscomb. Let's do that one. Bobby, the Cavs stayed unbeaten last night with a 131-122. Went to New Orleans. Donovan
Gotta make it happen. 9-0.
9-0.
Shark. You excited for 82-0?
Not 82-0. I'd take 74-8. Beat Golden State's record.
Would you rather take 65 and whatever and win an NBA championship?
Yes, I'd take 45.
Okay.
Warriors going to Boston by speaking of Golden State and got a 118-112 win over the Celtics. Steph Curry had 27 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Jason Tatum led all scorers with 32. That's significant because the 7-1 Warriors are at the 9-0 Cavs tomorrow night at 7:30. That's
Come
a biggie.
Cavs.
That's a biggie, Bobby.
Got to make it happen. Shark, how excited are you for that game?
I'll be watching, Bob. Yeah, I'll be watching. I don't know who's playing in the Big Ten on Friday night, but I'll be
Iowa,
watching
UCLA.
Oh,
yeah.
9 o'clock on Fox.
That's a banger of a game there, Shark.
At UCLA?
At UCLA. Tens of fans will be in attendance, Shark.
It's the Rose Bowl, though.
Still tens of fans, right?
I bet there'll be more.
Okay. How many?
I bet there'll be Iowa fans.
I don't know if Iowa will travel for a Friday night game.
I think they do because it's November, it's in the Midwest, and they probably hey, we can go to Los Angeles and watch our team play. That's largely there's a ton of Penn State fans out there. I mean,
right.
I think this first round, there's a lot of people heading out there.
Number 25, Rutgers beat Wagner last night, 75-52. Number 3, UConn over Sacred Heart, 92-56. 11th ranked Auburn over Vermont, 94-43. Arkansas, that game over Lipscomb, 76-60. Indiana beat Southern Illinois University Edwardsville 80-61. That's a big
Not
one.
just Southern Illinois. Illinois.
Edwardsville.
Okay.
Yeah, the one of the satellite campuses.
The Fighting Eddies.
Yes, I wonder what they are. Let's take a look at that one. Let's see what the SIU. They're the Cougars, Bobby. They're the Cougars.
A lot of Cougars in Indiana.
A lot of Southern Illinois.
Whatever.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Action last night. OU 41, Kent State nothing.
How about that? I was loved watching, seeing the comments in Twitter about that. Like, Kent State is the worst team in Division I football.
They're awful. They're awful. Every year they're awful.
0-9.
Were they ever good, Shark? Do I remember them? Like,
yeah, you know who was when they had a coach?
Yeah,
who coached at Ohio State? Who was there?
Who's that?
And he later coached in the Big Ten.
Coached at Purdue.
Head coach at
his defensive
not Purdue, Minnesota. Who are you talking about?
I might be mistaken on this.
Now we got some beef.
I don't know if it's beef.
Glenn Mason.
Sounds like Bobby and Shark going.
Oh, they were way. Hold on a second. They were way better under another former Buckeye coach.
Which one?
Oh yes, yeah.
Come on,
Haynes.
No, not Paul Haynes. I love Paul Haynes, but it wasn't him.
Our old defensive backs coach.
Nope.
No.
Other side of the ball.
Sounds like an offensive coach, Shark. I'm going to give it away.
He led them to an 11-3 season, which I'm guessing is the most wins they've ever had in school history.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. He was only at Purdue for
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, Bobby. Was his name Bobby?
His name was not Bobby.
No.
Was it Robert?
It wasn't Robert either.
Gosh, I'm just drawing a blank.
The head coach for Notre Dame was on his staff. Maybe not at Kent State, but at Purdue.
Daryl Hazel?
What'd you say?
Hazel.
Did you call him Hazel?
I don't know.
That's remarkable. Hazel. You're fired. Out of here. I'm done. Both of you guys. I'll do it myself. He coached at Ohio State.
I know.
He was the reason our offense was decent at the end of my tenure.
You know, a couple years ago, probably 3 years ago.
Daryl Hazel. I can't even. What am I doing in here?
3 years
What
ago.
is going? Listen, go somewhere and don't.
I can read.
Go somewhere and non-vote. Okay, Daryl Hazel. I can't even handle this. This is too much for me.
Hazel.
Daryl Hazel.
Couple years ago.
Over here, you're someone I rely on, okay?
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name, Bob. I'm 64 years old.
You were saying defense. You're throwing Glenn Mason in me.
Well, Mason did coach for them.
He did, and that's what I was like, well, maybe I'm mistaken. I just wanted to make sure.
Glenn Masson did coach for them.
Glenn Masson, yeah. A couple years ago, Kent State was pretty good. I don't know what their record was, but then Dion robbed them
of Lewis,
their head coach, and he became their offensive coordinator in Colorado.
That's right.
And he lasted in that job. He's still on that staff, but he only lasted.
He's not.
Oh, did they get rid of him?
Yeah, he went to San Diego State.
Okay, I know he was only lasted 1 year as OC there because they were not good offensively at Colorado.
Hazel's pretty good, Bobby.
Hazel was great. So, yeah, he went to, he was at Kent State. He had listen, because I called one of their games, I think, in 2019.
Yeah.
He got them bowl eligible in 2019. They were second in the MAC East, 7-6. And then in 2020, they were 3-1, whatever that was worth. 7-7 in 2020, or in 2020, they were 3-1. 2021, they were 7-7. And then 5-7 his last year. But he was there for 5 years. I mean, that's the longest success they've had, and he is now the head coach at San Diego State, and they're 3-5, 2-1 in conference.
He's a head coach at San Diego State?
On November 29th, 2023, San Diego State University hired Lewis as its new head coach, replacing retiring.
Oh, your fat guy from Michigan.
Listen. I mean, listen.
Pot kettles, are we going to say that?
My goodness. My goodness.
What?
Who also
Brady Hoke would be his name.
Oh, that's the guy.
Hockey.
Brady Hockey.
Who used to quarterback Kent State, guy by the name, and played here at Ohio State. They came to Ohio State, Josh Cribbs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We played them that year. I was on that team.
You did, that's
Josh,
right.
He had a little problem with the weed and was suspended a game or two that season, but turned out to be a pretty good returner in the NFL.
He's no Josh Gordon.
The greatest college football coach, maybe of all time, is an alum of that school.
The greatest college coach of all time?
Yes, you're right.
Don't tell him. I want to see if he can get this
The
answer.
greatest college coach of all time.
Yeah.
Ara Parseghian?
Come on.
This is remarkable.
I don't know. Who is it?
Think recent history from the state of West Virginia.
I don't. That doesn't help at all.
Coached at Ohio State. Coached Cleveland Browns.
He was fired.
Saban.
I think it's Saban. Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. That's the guy.
Also playing at Kent State was a guy by the name of Lou Holtz.
And Jack Lambert.
Lou Holtz.
And Jack Lambert.
Lambert went to Kent. That's right. Yeah, he did. That's right.
Second round pick.
That's right.
It's not a joke.
Northern Illinois. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm kind of disappointed.
You're more than kind of disappointed.
You want to espouse you and Shark. You're talking about some nonsense in baseball about guys hitting home runs and records and all this stuff. And I ask you, Daryl Hazel.
I got it wrong.
Daryl Hazel.
I read it wrong. I did.
What do you mean you read it wrong?
I looked it up and I read it wrong.
Even in looking at that would be how you would pronounce Hazel. I would go with Hazel over Hazel.
Bobby,
if it was Hazel, I'd say, okay, my bad.
Until I was in high school, I thought the Geoff was pronounced Geoff. I had no idea it was Jeff.
I'd still pronounce it Geoff.
I would too, but I'm saying it's Jeff, so you get things wrong sometimes. Northern Illinois beat Western Michigan 42-28. NFL tonight, you got the Bengals at the Ravens. That'll be a banger of a game there. Important game for Cincinnati to win that one. CBJ off until Saturday when they play the Kings in L.A. Bobby, I'm curious about this. Indiana plays host to Michigan this weekend.
14-point favorites.
Right.
I think if you could have got, before the season, you could have probably got Michigan minus 13.
Oh, sure, yeah. It would have been exactly.
You could have got that on the money line for Indiana and had 3-1 odds on Indiana winning.
And I know that obviously if you switch the venues and play at the big house, the point spread changes.
Maybe to 10.
Okay, my question to you, though, is would you be worried at all about Indiana losing to Michigan if they played in the big house?
No.
You think it's that? Isn't that how sad it's been though, Bobby? This is where we're at right now. I was sad. No,
Have you watched Indiana play?
They look good. No, I'm saying they look good. But how sad is it for Michigan though at this point, where it's like even if Michigan, we're saying right now today, even if Michigan is hosting Indiana, we are still extremely confident the Hoosiers win.
Yes, I think that's that's just not a knock on Michigan. That's a function of me believing Indiana's a really good football team.
Yeah.
So that's the other piece of it.
I think that's part of a hard time getting around is because
they've just always been bad.
Yeah, because they've always been bad. Indiana had that one stretch, Bobby. I know they came in here to the Horseshoe in 88 and won 41-7 way back when.
87 and 88.
Yeah, they had the back-to-back wins.
Bruce's last year, which he said that was the darkest day in Ohio State football.
That's right, yeah.
Followed up by dark day 2 in 88 when they came in here and smoked them. So, yeah, that's what I said. People that laugh, the first time when Vanderbilt beat Bama, which is a similar comparison.
Yeah, I think so too.
The first time since 1983. It had been 40 years. Right. I said, I was a part of one of those. I was on a team that lost to Northwestern in Evanston in overtime. And Rothman always reminded me, he goes, remember that time you guys took Northwestern to overtime? Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Rothman. I appreciate that, buddy. I go, that was the first loss to them in 38 years.
Yeah.
It was tough. I go, so that sucks. It's terrible. I'm guessing that Michigan hasn't lost Indiana in at least 30 years.
I don't know. During Michigan's lean years with Rich Rod and the fat guy from San Diego State, you don't think Indiana beat him in there? Shark, you should know this.
I don't know this. I'm guessing it was probably Bill Mallory.
Could have been Bill Mallory.
That was 87, 88. That was when they were there.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at it. I'm going to pull it up right here. When was the... Wait, did they beat them there? Wait, okay. Was that 2020? I think they beat them in 2020.
Oh, COVID.
But I don't
Michigan
count.
Was only
you can't count that one. Michigan played 3 games.
I think the last time before that, if I'm looking at here, was 67.
That long?
No.
Had to be before that. Had to be sooner than that, or more recent than that. Didn't it? I can't believe that Indiana's gone that long to beat Michigan with some of the bad teams Michigan had.
I'm just saying. Michigan's had some bad teams, but when has Indiana ever really been great? When Kevin Wilson was there, they were pretty good. But that's it.
Let's see here. I know it says, according to this thing, they've only beaten the Wolverines 10 times in 72 years.
They beat them 28-21 in 2020. The last one was 1987. So they got the Buckeyes and the Wolverines in the same year. Good for them. And Bill Mallory, Shark nailed it. My dad's college coach at Miami.
Was he really?
Yeah, his freshman year.
All right, coming up next, host of CJ Radio Network, Dylan Tyrer, is going to join us. We'll talk to him, get his take on what's going on with the Jackets out of the West Coast. Do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're watching a disabled vehicle on I-270 southbound on the east side. This is just past the 70-270 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Black Friday is here at your local Ram dealer, and right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $499 a month for 42 months, with $4,082 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 11/12/24.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $2.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Dick from Dayton says, listen to the Ryan Day Show. Paul Keels and Jim Lachey join Coach every Thursday from noon to 1.
Presented by Roosters, a fun casual joint, and official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 on a qualifying train system and ask us about tax credits. With a system for every home and budget, it's hard to stop a train with Logan Services.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. At Reichert, we're dealing.
Fall is here and so are cooler temps. And are you craving some slow roasted turkey and dressing yet? Me, Bobby Carpenter. I love Thanksgiving. I just don't love it at Thanksgiving time. I love it all year long. And so the more I can get it, the better it is. And so at Bob Evans, you don't have to wait to Thanksgiving to be able to enjoy their delicious turkey that's been slow roasted for 6 hours. Their turkey and dressing dinner plate is available any day for just $8.99. Or you can even try the turkey and dressing family meal to go at bobevans.com.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at changethegameohio.org. That's changethegameohio.org.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Clouds this morning. However, the sun does come out later on today. It'll be cooler than yesterday with a high in the low 60s. Sunny tomorrow, high 63. Dry Saturday with increasing clouds. And then we are tracking our next rainstorm on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Tyrer with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Bobby, we struck a chord with, or maybe Shark did, with Andy Davis on The chat said they won in 2020, 1987, referring to Indiana. And he said in 2020 does count.
It doesn't count.
He wants you guys to make sure you know.
They can say whatever they want. Like the 2020 season was the absolute disaster in the Big Ten. And so I absolve a lot of those things that happened. Michigan was bad. They didn't play Ohio State at that point in time. And so if Ryan Day doesn't get credit for a win, for a forfeit that they called in the week before, like Indiana beating them. And Indiana was good that year. They beat Penn State.
Was that a Penix year?
That was the Penix year. But none of that stuff really counts of significance.
All right, it's that time.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
All right, now it's time for us to talk to Dylan Tyrer. He is the host for the CBJ Radio Network. Dylan, a couple of days off here for the Jackets. Do you see or do you foresee any kind of changes, anything significant changing within this team before they play again on Saturday?
No, I don't think we can expect to see anything crazy. You know, the last couple times the Blue Jackets have played, they've made some small tweaks, guys coming in, going out of the bottom six. We've seen it happen with Kevin LeBanc a few times. James Van Riemsdyk a couple of games ago, and Zach Aston Reese, he was the odd man out against San Jose to get James Van Riemsdyk back into the lineup. But I don't expect anything huge by any means. What needs to happen is the Blue Jackets need to find the back of the net, though. They put 50 shots on Vitek Vanacek the other night against San Jose, and unfortunately could only beat him the one time.
What had changed, been pretty good here to start this year. Before they obviously left on this road trip. Rough one Friday against Winnipeg, followed up against Washington. Getting to California, doing a little bit better, but defensively, you give up 13 goals in 2 games. Looked like those things got corrected. Was there a difference there between the previous 2 and then the last game against San Jose?
Yeah, 100%. You know, something that the Blue Jackets really didn't like, specifically against Winnipeg and Washington, is that the play was being dictated to them. The Blue Jackets got off to a really, really nice start in the month of October. They finished up 5-3-1 in October, and a big part of that was they were controlling play every single time they played, minus essentially the one game at home against Minnesota. That was the one they wanted back, but they were taking it to the opponent. The Blue Jackets had the puck more. They were putting more shots on goal than the opponent, and they were stifling the opponent defensively. That did not happen against Winnipeg. And, I mean, hey, Winnipeg's the best team in the NHL right now. They've only lost 1 game this season. So at that point, you're thinking, okay, you know, this team they came in here white hot. But I think the really concerning game for the Blue Jackets was that Saturday game in D.C. The way they played, they got down 5-0 in the first period. In that one, you know, Dean Evison talked about it after that game. He said that was the one that we did not play like ourselves. And what we did in that game allowed Washington to do what they did. You know, the Blue Jackets' mistakes are what cost them in that one. And the Capitals are off to a good start themselves, but it's no excuse. The Blue Jackets had a really spirited practice before they hit the road to San Jose. It was a tough one of the toughest ones, if not the hardest practice of the season so far. And that was because Dean Evison wants the effort to be there. He wants the Blue Jackets standard to be high. And I think we saw that San Jose didn't have a whole lot in that game the other night. Like I said, the Blue Jackets badly outshot the Sharks. They put 50 shots on goal. Unfortunately, Vitek Vanacek, the goaltender, just had the hot hand in that one. But yeah, I definitely preferred the Blue Jackets game against San Jose, and they've got some winnable ones out west now. You think about Anaheim, and then they're going to go up to Seattle to play the Kraken after that. Those are 2 teams that are, lower in the standings right now, and you get a good test against LA coming up on Saturday. They're one of the better teams in the league at the moment.
Dylan Tyrer joins us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, host for the CBJ Radio Network. I know that there was the narrative going into the season was there's not really a number one goalie. They're going to play the hot hand, all of those things. Tarasov and Merzlikins have both played 6 games. They're very even across the board on a lot of the numbers. The goals against right now, Tarasov averaging over 4, Merzlikins at 2.7. Is it safe to say now Elvis is the number one goalie?
He's definitely played better to this point. It's it's kind of recency bias just because Tarasov had a little bit more action at the beginning of the year because Elvis was nicked up for a couple of games. But then Elvis comes back and he has a shutout. He gives up one goal against the Edmonton Oilers, followed up by that shutout against the Islanders. And then he's in there for the loss to the Winnipeg Jets, which, again, Winnipeg's one of the better teams in the league. They scored a ton that game. And then Daniil Tarasov gets thrown in, and the team doesn't really help him out against Washington. So some of those numbers, I think, for Tarasov are probably a little bit inflated. But, at the moment, I would say Elvis is the guy for the Blue Jackets. I think he's played better than Daniil Tarasov has. Even against San Jose a couple of nights ago, it's not like Elvis was bad by any means. The Sharks scored 2 goals, and one of them came in overtime, So Elvis has looked pretty darn solid this season, I would say, prior to that game against Winnipeg. And if you take out that game against Winnipeg, he's got some of the best numbers in the NHL for netminders. Dean Evison has talked about it, too. He's really liked Elvis's attitude this season, the place that he has on the team this season, and how he's played. He's talked about it since camp, just the way that Elvis is battling, which is great to hear. And I think you see it on the ice, too, that Elvis has been much improved this season. And if the Blue Jackets want to have any success, that's going to have to continue.
What do you think the secret is to him being better this year?
Oh, I think it's just the team in front of him, right? And it's not necessarily the roster by any means. It's just the way that they're playing in front of him. They've been really stout defensively, minus the games that we've talked about against Winnipeg and Washington. It's just the amount of pressure that they're putting on the opponent. First of all, the gaps from the defenseman, that's a huge thing in hockey, is just, controlling that space between the attacking players and then the guys on the blue line. But also the back pressure is something that the Blue Jackets have talked about a lot this season, too. The forwards coming from behind and limiting those passes, limiting the passing lanes. And I just think the way that the Blue Jackets have played in front of the goaltenders has allowed them to be better. And obviously, I think there's a mental thing to it as well that, Elvis has made it pretty clear that he went home this summer and tried to forget as much about hockey as he could. And, I think he's come back refocused. He's come back really dedicated to proving that he's the guy and that proving to his teammates that he's the guy and he's here for them. So, like I said, it's so far so good for Elvis. And, the Blue Jackets, I think they have an opportunity here in the remainder of this trip to pick up some points and come back to Columbus feeling pretty good.
Dylan, appreciate the time, brother. Thanks so much. We'll talk again soon.
You guys too. Thank you.
That was Dylan Tyrer there, host of the CBJ Radio Network, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, Bobby.
If you're waking up with joint pain, I can tell you how that feels, but listen, not anymore. Thanks to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Like me, you deserve pain relief. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, you can talk to Dr. Ray Tesner. His team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for my dad and I. Both of us went in. He had some different issues with our knees, different stages of life. They've got programs designed using your own body's biologics with regenerative cellular treatments to help out your joints. It's technology that's going to give people like you and me an option other than surgery. It's the all-natural approach to the root cause of that potential arthritis pain. It can be game-changing for so many people. So get back to work, get back to enjoying life with lasting relief with QC Kinetics. And the consultation is free, so go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
All right, NFL picks next. We'll do that on Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching a disabled vehicle. Crews are working to clear out on the east side. This is on I-270 southbound just past the 70-270 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Attention, small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses, visit 844-MEDOhio.com. That's medohio.com. The soccer benefit plan could be right for you. Visit 844-MEDOhio.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
It's Thursday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Bengals at the Ravens from Baltimore. Live coverage starts Thursday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch. Under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course. We're talking turkey. With a vet pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorrento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. It's Thursday. Time for some NFL picks.
Morning Juice presents NFL Picks.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric?
Yep.
Call a Carpenter.
All right, boys. Last week, Bobby went 9-6. Beamer went 8-7.
Nice.
And so on the season, Beam's now got 78 wins and 60 losses. Bobby 8 is 68-70, climbing ever so closely to the 500 mark. And we start off with a great Thursday night football battle. The Bengals and the Ravens. when they met last month in Cincinnati. The Ravens won in overtime. Tonight they meet in Baltimore, and the Bengals are getting 6.5 points. Beamer is going with Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Bengals. If you're going to give me 6, I know it's a road game. Joe Burrow looks focused. Baltimore, they've had some ups, they've had some downs. They're one of the most explosive offensive teams in the NFL. But yeah, give me the points.
I'll take the Bengals, get the 6.5 as well. I think it's too many. I think it's a closer game. It's a field goal type game.
We have Sunday morning football in Germany, and
we hadn't done enough to the Germans already.
Yeah, the Germans are so lucky. You've got the 2-7 Giants meeting the 2-7 Panthers in Munich, and Beamer is taking Carolina, getting 6.5.
Is Bryce Young starting for them again? Is that we're certain about that?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I've given up watching Panthers football. I mean, where's the NFL picks music? We've got way better music than this.
I don't know. You want to play some music over there, Shark?
I don't have it. Beamer's got it over there somewhere in there.
It's way better.
Okay,
You've got to find it.
Okay.
This is I'm gonna want to put my head.
It's
in a blender.
going to bother you?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my head in a blender because it's the only good part that we listen to good music all week. It's the NFL music. I'm gonna take the points too. If you're giving me that many with the Panthers, I'm gonna take them.
Yeah, give me the Panthers as well on that one. I think so.
Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick in the draft. Drake made the number 3 pick in the draft, and those quarterbacks meet Sunday in Chicago. The Bears, a 6.5 point favorite over the Patriots. Beam is going with New England.
Of course he is. Pat's got a win They ended up winning last week?
They did.
Yeah.
The Drake overtime game, right?
It was ugly. Gross game. I don't think the Bears are very good. I think they're a fraud. Give me the Patriots.
Yeah. Bears at home, but still Bears laying 6.5. I'm going to go with the Bears on that one. Is that the music you wanted there, Bobby? Was that what you were looking for?
Nope, that's not it. Gosh, I don't know where Beamer keeps that. He's the one that always plays it. I am so sorry, Robert. All right. The second best record in the AFC belongs to the Buffalo Bills at 7-2. They are on the road in Indianapolis. The Colts getting 3.5 at home. Beamer is taking Buffalo.
Did you just turn the music completely off?
I'm trying to get. I'm getting the new one for you.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
it's the same stuff though. It's just, I'm finding everyone I can find. I'm looking for it.
Well, like I tell my kids, look a little harder. I'm gonna take. You said Buffalo's laying
3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the points.
I think I'll lay the points there as well. I think the Bills are just way too strong for the Colts. I don't. Even with I know Flacco's an upgrade over Anthony Richardson. Give me the Bills though.
Vikings are in Jacksonville. The Jags at home getting 4.5. Beamer's going with Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going to lay those points. The Jags are awful.
They're
I don't
dead,
care.
aren't they, Bobby?
They could be playing wherever. This might be Doug Peterson's last game as a coach.
Yeah, I think you may be right on that one. I like the Vikings in this one too. I think the Vikings they're a dangerous team this year, and I think the Vikings end up rolling in that game.
All right, we have the Broncos at Kansas City. This is the largest point spread of the week. The Chiefs an 8.5 point favorite over Denver, and Beamer is taking KC.
This is always, these division battles are always a little tough. They lost the Ravens last week. They got hammered.
Yeah, it was like 41-10, I think it was.
Give me the points. If you're going to give me, you said it's 8?
8.5.
8.5, I'll take it.
I think I like the 8.5 also. I think it's a 7-point game. The Chiefs have struggled too many times this year. I don't mean they've won close games, so let's put it that way.
They don't score a ton of points. Their offense hasn't been great.
And the Broncos, look, the Broncos had a solid defense this year. Their defensive backs are among the best in the NFL. I think I'll take the Broncos in this one as well. I think the Chiefs win by a touchdown, but 8.5 is too many points.
Bob, did you take the Broncos?
Yeah, give me the points.
All right. We have a new coach in New Orleans. Anybody know his name?
Dennis Allen?
Nope.
I don't think it's Dennis Allen.
Darren Rizzi.
Oh, yeah. He was our special teams coach when I was with the Dolphins.
I was going to guess Hazel, but go ahead.
Daryl Hazel. Nope. Darren Rizzi.
I like Rizzi.
The Saints under Rizzi are 0-0, but
undefeated.
They are getting 3.5 points at home against Atlanta, and Beamer's going with the Falcons.
Give me the points. I think Saints. I like Rizzi. Guys like him, special teams coach. Whatever they have left, the problem is Olave's not playing. Yeah. He's got couple concussions there, but I still like the Saints. Give me the points.
I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but I'll take the Falcons in this one. I think the Falcons' offense is just too much for the Saints.
All right. CMC could be back this week. How effective will he be? The 49ers go into Tampa Bay to take on Baker and the Bucks. And Beamer is taking Tampa Bay, getting 5.5.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Good Lord, that's a lot, Bobby.
It is a lot. You watch Tampa Bay play Kansas City really tough. This is almost a must-win for them. They're 4-5. They don't want to fall too far behind underneath. But the Niners are 4-4. I'm going to lay the points. I think the Niners end up covering this.
I'll take the Bucks and get the 5.5. I think it'll be a close game. I think the Buccaneers what they impressed me a lot, what they showed in Kansas City, and Mayfield continues to haunt Browns fans.
Tito's Steelers going into our nation's capital, coming off the bye week, and they are a 2.5-point underdog against the Commanders. Beamer is taking Pittsburgh.
I'm going to lay the points. Commies all the way.
I'm going to go with the Steelers in this one. I think that, and I'm not trying to be a homer on this one, I just think that the Steelers' offense is really clicking under Russell Wilson, which is something I never thought I'd say at all this year. And I like what the defense is doing. I think that the Steelers go in there, and I'm not sure. I'd have to look, but I know Tomlin's got a pretty good record against rookie quarterbacks. I would take the Steelers, and I'll lay the 2.5.
Harbaugh's Chargers, as opposed to Harbaugh's Ravens. Chargers at home, 7.5-point favorites against the Titans. Beamer's going with Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'll lay the points. The Titans are terrible. I mean, they're bad. And they lost, or no, they beat New England, which is kind of amazing, but I'm going to lay the points.
I think I'm going to lay the points as well. The Titans screwed up by getting rid of Vrabel. I don't care. Look, the teams, there's nothing. The offense, the Hopkins is gone now. I know Pollard and Spears are both doing a decent job with the running game, but Ridley's been a huge disappointment. Give me the Chargers and lay the points.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's playing well.
Yes, he is. That's a good point. You're right. They don't need Henry. They don't need Vrabel. They don't need any of those guys.
The Jets got a win, and now they are a 1.5-point favorite on the road at Arizona. Beamer is taking the Cardinals.
I'm seeing this on ESPN. Is off the board. Is there a reason?
Kyler? I don't know. I got these off of FanDuel.
I understand that. That's why I'm just curious if something was going on with Kyler. You said the Jets are 1.5-point favorites. Lay the points.
Yeah, I think lay the points there as well. I think that the Jets are going to be damn good down the stretch. I think that the fact that he is now that Rodgers is now found how to utilize Garrett Wilson. I think the Jets are a dangerous team. Give me the Jets.
No Dak attack this week for the Cowboys, and that's just one reason why they are 7-point underdogs at home against the Eagles. Beamer is taking Philly.
Yeah, lay the points. No Dak. It's gonna be a mess.
CeeDee Lamb might not play. We're not sure on that one.
That's great.
Yeah, give me the Eagles and lay the points against Cooper Rush.
What a rush.
Yes.
Sunday night football goes to Houston. The Texans, a 3.5-point home dog against those mighty Lions. Beamer is taking Detroit.
This is going to be an interesting game. Lions really good on offense. Texans can score the ball too. Zadarius Smith coming over, the impact that he's going to have in this run game, in this rush game for the Lions. Can he get some sacks? Can they put pressure on Stroud? Is it 3 and a hook or just 3?
3 and a hook.
Bobby, 3 and a hook.
Give me Texans. Give me the Texans. Give me the points.
I think I'm going to take the Texans as well. Nico Collins might play in this one. I know Zaire Smith's going to be big, but I think that the Lions win by a field goal.
And the Dolphins going to Los Angeles in Monday Night Football. The Dolphins 0-2 since Tua returned, and I think they've lost both games by 3 points. They are a 1.5-point underdog against the Rams. Beamer is taking the Rams.
Yeah, lay it. Let's get the Rams going.
Yep, lay the points with the Rams on this one. I think they're going to get the win as well. Bobby, what do you got for us?
I'm going to tell you about as we age, start taking care of your body and impacting the ones you love. Our bodies naturally lose testosterone. That can affect you in multiple ways: sleep, mood swings, muscle mass, weight gain, all kinds of others. Maybe you just don't have the juice to get out and do the things that you used to love doing or interact with your family or kids. Those are symptoms of low testosterone. They affect the loved ones around you. Don't wait until 2025. Go see my people at Affinity Whole Health. They're the leaders in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. Affinity can help you optimize your T levels and alleviate those symptoms. They also have semaglutide injections for weight loss. So here's what you do. You go to feelgreatcolumbus.com. You schedule that off. Quit playing around over there. You go to feelgreatcolumbus.com. You schedule your free consultation. You go to the office. They figure it out. They ship the stuff right to your door within 2 days. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Let's show us guys Juice next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. A couple crashes out there right now. First on the west side on I-70 eastbound. The left shoulder slightly blocked off just as you're passing Hilliard Rome Road due to a crash. And downtown, we've got a crash on I-70 westbound right near the Miller-Kelton Avenue exit. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stutterwald with your fan traffic.
Football fans, meet your new full-service auto partner, Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. From Honda to Ford to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we have the perfect vehicle for every football fan. Stuck on the road? Our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance is just one call away. And our Carvenience service means no hassle, just great service. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. For unbeatable deals and unbelievable service, visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at germaintoyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Now, in our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo woo woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a thump?
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never.
And the sound then goes yip yip woo woo woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
the unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Rothman and Ice.
Now he's on the first thing smoking to the Big Apple, and he's back with his guy. Reunited, and it feels so good.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I can test, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now, and I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at clouds out there this morning, but the sunshine comes out as we go into the afternoon hours. Temperatures will reach the lower 60s today. Tonight we drop down to the 40s, looking at a sunny day on your Friday with a high of 63. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Indeed, Beamer still does wear floaties. But now we're going to tell you on this Thursday what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bobby, it's Thursday. I think that means what? Schlegs first, Shark first?
Good job. Let's go to Schlegs and see what Shark's got to say.
If you go from Jacksonville to Columbus, you always connect in Atlanta. I went to the toilet, and I went in there, and I got noise-canceling headphones on, and I'm just taking a leak, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, looking straight ahead at the wall. You know, I absolutely ripped one. But again, I have noise-canceling headphones in, which brought me to the thought of, if you have noise-canceling AirPods in, listening to music while in the airport bathroom and you rip a huge fart, doesn't make a noise.
Well, it doesn't to you, but it does to everyone else.
It's not always kids head home to the world. It's just for you.
What a show it has been today. We gave you the history of Kent State football for crying out loud. Glenn Mason and Jack Lambert and Joshy Cribbs.
Daryl Hazel.
And all those
Sean
winning
Lewis
seasons by the Golden Flashes. We also, if you missed it in Quick Hitters, we talked about feeling old because Matt Leinert's kid has already committed to play his college football at SMU. This also made me feel a little old yesterday. During the media availability with the Buckeyes, Caden McDonald said he always wanted to be a Buckeye.
When I was around 7 or 6, I remember I watched Braxton Miller. He did a spin move in the game against Virginia Tech, and I was like, I'm going there when I get older.
That spin move, wasn't that just last year?
Just happened recently.
Yeah.
That happened
6 or 7.
in 2015.
Yeah.
So nine years ago.
Lost to him in 14.
Yep.
Well, then he couldn't have been 6 or 7
No, he's
when
wrong.
that happened.
Yeah. He's trying to make us mad.
Yeah. If that was 9 years ago, you're telling
Maybe
me
10. He's only a sophomore.
I know, but Caden is not 16 or 17.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe he was 9 or 10.
Maybe he remembers Braxton for something. Maybe doing the whirling dervish as a quarterback before he became a receiver. Bob, in any event, what the heck has you juiced?
Oh, goodness. Just recovering from yesterday. I was running on just adrenaline, staying up late, watching some of the election stuff. Coming in here, I was like, all right, good. Last night I was starting to crash, getting tired. And, a lot going on. Heading up to Notre Dame this weekend to do some stuff with XM. So excited about that. Just texting Marcus last night to see everything going on there. Hopefully get a chance to meet up with him, take my son, and kind of go through some of the stuff. Love seeing other campuses and showing my kids that. So that's got me
driving or flying?
Flying. What I mean?
Okay.
I guess I could, but that's not that. Yeah,
4-5 hours.
It's about a 5.5 hour drive,
South
isn't it?
Bend?
Where are you going?
Isn't South Bend 5 hours from here?
To Chicago. It's 4, man.
Is it 4? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be back here watching the night games. Our show gets over at 3 o'clock. I'll be back here watching the night games on Saturday night. So heading up Friday, that'll be good. That's got me juiced in a big way with everything going on. And then ran into this little gem from Jordan Peterson about relationships yesterday. Stuff about 4 years ago, and I've always really appreciated that. So that's got me juiced. What's got you juiced today, Thaddeus?
That story Schlegel just told about the bathroom. It reminded me of a friend of mine. You sometimes have people that are really smart in a lot of ways, but in some ways not that smart. I had a buddy of mine on a plane years ago, and he gets done going to the bathroom and he bends over to flush
on the plane.
And when he does, his cell phone, which was in his pocket, falls out. Perfect moment. Goes down, right? Now, he gets concerned at this point. He's worried. He goes and tells one of the flight attendants, hey, I just want you to know my cell phone fell out of my pocket and it got flushed. And she said, well, okay. And he said, I just want to make sure you know that. So, when you guys go dropping the stuff out of the sky, the phone doesn't fall out of the sky and hit somebody on the ground on the head or something and could really hurt somebody.
Do you think that's real?
And she said, I'm sorry, what? And he said, yeah, when you guys when you guys release everything out over when the air. He says, sir, that's not how it works.
Cousin Eddie's flying this plane?
He really was concerned about people on the ground, somebody getting hit with his cell phone coming out of the airplane because I guess they drop everything out while you're flying. And the dude's brilliant in a lot of ways. Like, he's one of the smartest people I know. And he really thought that, Bobby.
That's very troubling.
Can you imagine what the flight attendant looked at him like, okay.
We'll take care of it, sir. Go sit down.
We got it. Yeah, go have a seat, please. So, yeah. Anyway, that got me just thinking about that story. All right, coming up next, we'll do the re-rack. Also, Albert Breer is going to join us, give us maybe some insight on that whole Deshaun Watson deal. We'll do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. On the west side, we are tracking a crash on I-70 eastbound. This is right near Hilliard Rome Road. The left shoulder blocked off over there. And then downtown, going westbound on I-70, expect some lane closures near the Kelton Avenue, Miller Avenue exit due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
I'm Rick Reichard. Get Black Friday pricing now at Reichard Ford, because we're dealing. Everyone knows that Black Friday is a wild time to buy a car. Reichard Ford learned from last year, so we've already dropped our prices. Fresh incentives from Ford have just been announced, so guess what? You want the best Black Friday selection? You want super sale Black Friday pricing? You want to skip the Black Friday insanity? Well, you get all that this week at #1 Reichard Ford. New 2024 F-150s available with 1.9% APR financing. Or get up to $8,000 off of MSRP. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Broncos. 100 to choose from. Beat the crowd, save more money, shop the best selection at Reichard Ford's pre-Black Friday sale. The largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichardFord.com. Based on 2023 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region offers end 12/2 on approved credit. Come in now, because we're dealing.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
The Central Ohio leader in roof repair and replacement is Roof Revivers. With over 350 5-star reviews on Google, Roof Revivers is committed to repairing roofs first before replacing them. If your roof needs repaired, visit Roof Revivers online at roofrevivers.com. Roof Revivers, we fix leaky roofs.
Hey, it's Shark Carp and Beam here from Morning Juice. The NBA is back, as you may have noticed, and FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, wants you to catch all the action. Right now, FanDuel is giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass. All you have to do to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater is place any $5 bet on the NBA to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel. It's as easy as that, Beamer.
Absolutely it is. So if you're a Sacramento Kings fan here in Central Ohio, maybe you're a Trailblazers fan, heck, maybe you just want to watch the two play each other on a random Tuesday night at 11 o'clock, all you need to do is visit FanDuel.com/choose to make every moment more this season. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Must be 21 or older in present Ohio. After 3-month free trial, full price of NBA League Pass will be automatically charged. Cancel anytime, no refunds, terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With a vet pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning, I'm Mark Fisher. Great matchup in the NFL's Thursday night game. The 4-5 Bengals visit 6-3 Baltimore. When the teams met last month in Cincinnati, the Ravens won 41-38 in overtime. In that game, quarterbacks Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow combined for 740 passing yards and 9 touchdowns. Our coverage begins at 8 o'clock here on The Fan. College football in the MAC, Eamon Dennis returned to kick off 96 yards for a touchdown, and Coleman Owen returned to punt for a score as Ohio crushed Kent State 41-0. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been around for 55 years. For the first time in franchise history, the team is 9-0. Last night in New Orleans, the Cavs hit 17 three-pointers in a 131-122 win over the Pelicans. They were led by Donovan Mitchell's 29 points. This Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.9% APR with the Visa Platinum Credit Card. Apply at bmifcu.org/visa.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito Bobby Carpenter. Mark the Shark with you. Come shortly, we will have Albert Breer joining us right now, though. It's time for a little re-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
You're there in the update, Bobby. The Cavs stay unbeaten 9-0 with a 131-122 win at New Orleans. Donovan Mitchell with 29. The Warriors going to Boston. They won 118-112 over the Celtics. Steph Curry 27. Jason Tatum led all scorers of 32. Warriors are now 7-1. They're at the 9-0 Cavs tomorrow night at 7:30. Must-see TV for you, Bobby? Must-follow TV?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I mean, the Cavs are undefeated.
Right.
Sharks juiced up and ready to go about that.
Last undefeated team.
82-0. That's the goal.
That's their goal right there. What else do we have? Bengals-Ravens game tonight should be a good one there. We don't always get the benefit of a great Thursday night game. This matchup, though, means a lot. Lots on line for both teams. And I always look, Bengals-Ravens, Bengals-Browns, any AFC North, divisional game is always fun for me.
Yeah, they should be good. I mean, here's the thing. For the Bengals, they've battled their way back into it. If they win this one, they've got a legit chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's pulling the Ravens back to you. You're only a game back of them. If you lose tonight against the Ravens, you are 2 games back of them, but essentially 3 because they hold the tiebreaker because they'll have beaten you twice. So when you get in those muddy wild card situations, I don't think they can win the division, but you never want to have a situation where a team in your division holds a 2-game tiebreaker on you because it's so hard. That means you have to be 3 games better, and the Bengals don't have that much. They don't have that much runway. I mean, this is the 10th game of the season for them. You got 7 left. That's a lot of ground to make up.
The schedule's not terrible for the Bengals going forward. They play at the Cowboys, at the Titans. They host the Browns, but they do have to play the Steelers twice. They still have to play. They'll play at the Chargers next week on a Sunday night game, I believe it will be before their bye week. But Bobby, it feels to me like we're going to look back. Like the Bengals at some point will look back on the season and say, "Man, that Patriots game week 1 really cost us."
Oh, of course it did. That's a game you lost to a terrible team that you shouldn't have lost to.
Right.
And the fact that you let the one slip away against the Chiefs.
Right, yeah.
There's a number of games that they had a chance to win early on. They started off 0-3, and then they won 3 of 4. They've won 4 of their last 6. But, you cannot keep starting like that in those holes.
They're sitting there again. Yeah, they're at 4-5. Getting to 5-5 and having the Ravens fall down to 6-4 would be huge for them in their pursuit of the playoffs. And it's going to come down to, look, the Bengals defense has got to be able to stop Derrick. And they contained Henry, for a good chunk of the last game last time they played them. But they've really got to limit what Derrick Henry can do. And Derrick Henry is going to be dangerous in the fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah, he is. He'll be good. And that was another game that you let slip away. Those are close games that you've got to find ways to win. You lost the one at home. Now you've got to try to serve it up to them on the road.
Right. So that game will be tonight, and that's one of the games, I will certainly look forward to watching that one. Action last night, OU over Kent State 41-0. Kent State stays winless. OU now 6 wins on the season. They go to 6-3. Northern Illinois over Western Michigan 42-28 in that game. Because as typical this time of year, this is usually when the college football schedule, there's not a lot of, not many premium games on a Thursday night. Tonight you've got App State, Coastal Carolina, and then Florida Atlantic, East Carolina. We do have Big Ten action tomorrow night. Iowa's at UCLA. And that's the only really big game on the docket there before we get into the Saturday college football schedule. But, Bobby, is there a game in college football in particular looking forward to watching this weekend or following this weekend, like of significant importance for you? Seems like it's the SEC is the one on everyone's mind this weekend.
Oh, yeah. There's some big games in the SEC that are out there that are going to be good. Most notably that Bama LSU game, which has historically been a big one at night. That should be one that's pretty darn solid. Ole Miss, who do they play?
Ole Miss, the host Georgia this week.
That's right. So here's what's interesting. Ole Miss, if they lose, they're basically cooked for the playoff. If Georgia loses, they've lost 2 then at that point, and they still have to play Tennessee. So that's also a rough situation for them. So the SEC, I think they're going to get 4 teams in. I just don't know which 4. And I don't know if you could say there's any team that's going to get in for certain. And then if you look at the Big Ten, conversely, I think you are going to acknowledge that Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon all get in, probably in reverse order. And all of those teams probably you'll be defined as to what they ultimately are. That Indiana, I think, they lose to Ohio State, that's probably it. Penn State probably doesn't lose again. And then Ohio State, I would imagine they'll win out. I mean, they've got to beat Michigan, they've got to beat Indiana, and those are not givens. And then they'll play Oregon, and we'll see what happens with that in the Big Ten championship game.
Let me throw this at you, Bob. Let's say all 4 Big Ten teams have 1 loss.
Yeah.
Oregon, Ohio State.
Oregon?
Assuming Ohio State goes to the Big Ten championship, beats Oregon. Would Penn State pass either one of those?
I don't think so, because Oregon, their loss would be to Ohio State. And I hope, this is my hope with this.
What if Ohio State lost to Oregon and had 2 losses? Would Penn State be ahead of Ohio State?
I don't think so, because this is how I believe. I don't have any empirical evidence.
You're saying on 1 loss Penn State against 2 loss Ohio State. Okay.
And with the Ohio State's 2 losses coming to Oregon and losing the second time in the Big Ten championship game, I think the championship games are going to be played for the byes. I don't believe that they're going to penalize teams for losing those games. Now, maybe if you lost a quarterback or you had an injury.
Right, like Florida State last year, yeah.
Yeah, but in a 12 team, I think they'll be like, well, you played to this point. It's not about getting 4 teams in was a tight needle, because if a team is 5th, then they don't get a chance to play. Now, if you're the difference between being 5th and 8th or 5th and 9th, it's like, all right, well, this team played well enough. They earned the home games. Maybe they have an injury now, but we're not excluding another team's opportunity from getting in there. They still have a chance to get in. So I believe, especially in Ohio State and Penn State's case, where you have a head-to-head game that was, especially on the road.
Yeah.
And Ohio State at that point would have lost to Oregon in this hypothetical scenario by 1 point on the road and then in a neutral site Big Ten championship game. Unless they get run by 35 points or 28 points, I can't imagine a scenario where they would be punitive towards the Buckeyes.
I was just thinking Penn State may have gotten rewarded by not playing in the Big Ten championship.
And that's part of the issue is if you don't play, if you do play and you don't win, then you're playing every week. Whereas if you play in and win, you get the bye week in the first round. If you don't play in it, you get the championship week off as a bye. And there is some, when you're playing well, do you want to have a bye week late in the season? But ultimately, you want to get healthy too.
Well, I think it is the Big Ten championship on the 5th, December 5th.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Saturday,
and
whatever that is.
The first round of the playoff
is the 20th.
So they would have.
Yeah, I guess because
they
the
would
Army
actually have 2 weeks off.
Yeah, the Army-Navy game would be in between. So, yeah, you would get 2 weeks off then if you're Penn State, which I don't know if you would want that unless you have, some massive injury issues. So I don't think it would probably be the worst thing in the world. But it'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. Because honestly, the 5th seed isn't the worst place to be living when you look at it, because you're going to play most likely the group of 5 champion, which I think it is, with this case, would be Boise State.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's Army. And then you would play BYU, assuming they went, or Colorado or something like that. And those 2 games, you're like, okay, I think Ohio State would be favored by at least 8.5, if not 9, and possibly 10 plus in some of those matchups.
Here's the worst place you want to be. Number 4.
Yeah.
Because you could be a conference championship ranked 10th, and your first game, you're getting a bye in the first game. Your first game in the second round is against the number 5 seed, who is better than you.
Is better than you and
ranked higher than you.
And could be, the second best team in the country at that point. Like
exactly.
They're just the second best team in their conference. So yeah, that 4 seed's rough. And here's another thing that no one was talking about. And so right now, Boise being at 12, all top 12 teams are getting in. If Boise's 13, the 12th team is getting bounced, and they would be that 12th seed. There's a scenario like BYU's going to Utah this week. They haven't won in Salt Lake. I think that's a 10-15 kick, Shark. Pretty excited for that one this weekend.
Stay up for that.
Yeah. I mean, you're always up anyway at that point in time. They haven't won in Salt Lake since 2006.
Wow.
Now, they haven't played every year. They took like 4 years off, but they've played there enough. They've played like 12 or 13 times over the last, 15, 16 years, 17 years. So there's a good chance they could lose. If they lose that, there will not be an undefeated opportunity for the Big 12. Anybody that wins it will have at least 1 loss, possibly 2. If Boise runs the table with their only loss being a tight one to Oregon, there's a chance that they'll be ranked higher than the Big 12 champ.
Sure.
They would get the bye. And the Big 12 champ would get the automatic qualifier, because it's not the Power 4, it is the top 4 ranked conference champions. So if Boise is ranked 10th and Colorado or Iowa State or whoever it is ranked 12th, 13th, whatever,
I never thought of
Boise
that.
would get the bye.
So,
and if Army beats Notre Dame in a couple weeks,
they could get a berth before they play Navy.
Right, the Navy game, because they'll announce it before the Navy
The
game.
Navy game won't count. I mean, it's going to be an exhibition.
Yeah.
I'm a believer that if they beat Notre Dame, I think that Army gets in potentially at large, even if they're behind Boise. I think they may jump Boise.
I think Boise's got to lose for that to happen. If Army's undefeated and Boise has 2 losses.
But okay, let's say Boise's got 1 loss, so their best loss is their best win is a great loss. Army would have beaten the 10th ranked team in the country as they played them at that time. So there's some squirrely things, and that requires ultimately Army beating Notre Dame, which I think is a bit of a stretch.
Sure.
But it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of potential out there. And this is the 12 team. Everybody was worried about diminishing the regular season and the impact. Like, this Bama LSU game tonight would not matter nearly as much. Like, Ole Miss would simply be playing spoiler to Georgia. Like, there's a lot of games of significant consequence that are going to be happening.
So quickly, Indiana, if they beat Michigan this week, we assume they'll beat Purdue last week, but if they beat Michigan this weekend, they're in, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a qualifier game for them. We have elimination games.
They're not losing.
We're not losing Purdue.
I would say this: outside of them getting beat by Ohio State 45-7,
God, I still think they'd be in 11-1.
I don't think they control their own destiny at that point. It would be dependent upon kind of how some other teams look, but I still don't think that they would put in SMU or something like they just. I don't believe that to be the case.
All right, let's do it, Dawn. We'll do it next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. On the west side, we are tracking a crash on I-70 eastbound. This is right near Hilliard Rome Road. The left shoulder blocked off over there. And then downtown, going westbound on I-70, expect some lane closures near the Kelton Avenue, Miller Avenue exit due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3 Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
We had one fella that got hit by lightning, but he prearranged it to try to get that money. The crazy part was, dude, he was in a damn coma and we were jealous of him, man. We're like, look at this rich mother, dude. Breathing on our tax dollars over here.
From his Netflix special Regular People and hit podcast this past weekend, Theo Von's Return of the Rat Tour, coming to Schottenstein Center November 14th. Tickets on sale now at theovon.com.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Join Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, and Jim Lachey for 2 whole hours of Scarlet and Gray goodness.
Thank you, football guy.
Buckeye Roundtable, Monday night at 6.
Presented by Burger King.
Your flagship home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365. Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Great Lakes Kia. Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia. Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia. Visit GreatLakesKia.com.
Leaves changing and the nighttime air is cool. Fall is the perfect time to have the Waterworks inspect and tune up your furnace. Protect your family against those wintertime furnace breakdowns. Call 614-232-2222 now to schedule.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Clouds this morning. However, the sun does come out later on today. It'll be cooler than yesterday with a high in the low 60s. Sunny tomorrow, high 63. Dry Saturday with increasing clouds. And then we are tracking our next rainstorm on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Tyrer with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Hey, boys, let's do some Duel at Dawn.
Morning Juice presents Duel at dawn.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
All right, a week ago.
Hold on. I think we need to spruce that up. Like, we should have Duel at dawn, like Burr versus Hamilton.
Yes. I don't know if we get audio of that, but we do need to spruce that up. A week ago, how many goals will the Blue Jackets score against Winnipeg? Bobby said 3. Beamer said 6.
I think I said 6 for Winnipeg, actually.
No, it was for the Blue Jackets, and it was 2. So Bobby gets a point. At any point in the OSU-Penn State game, will there be a double-digit lead? There was. Penn State got out to a 10-0 lead, so you both picked that one right. Number of rushing yards for the Buckeyes. Bobby said 87, Beamer 104.
Beam got it.
It was 179, so we're tied at 2. Will the Browns score at least 20 points against the Chargers? You both said yes, and they scored 10. More rushing yards, Derrick Henry against Denver or Saquon Barkley against Jacksonville. Bobby took Saquon, and he was right. 159 yards. Derrick had a good day, but
he had one leap, too.
He did have a backwards leap. Yeah. And anyway, Bobby wins the week 5-3 to pick up win number 23. Beamer's got 38. Tito has 8. And we now move on to episode number 72. The Golden State Warriors went into Boston last night, beat the Celtics, the champion Celtics. Cavaliers went to New Orleans, beat the Pelicans. Cleveland 9-0, Golden State 7-1. Those two teams will meet tomorrow night in Cleveland. Will the Cavs beat the Warriors to go 10-0?
That's a big yes.
A big yes?
Well, the Cavs...
Yeah, okay. Yes. I know it's a big yes. I don't know if that's big. I think it's going to be close to that. I think Gold State actually gets a win in that one. I think that the Cavs win streak comes in. I'll take the Warriors in this one.
Be a communist.
According to our great friends at FanDuel,
Trotsky's birthday.
I vote for Gold State.
Ohio State is a 37.5-point favorite to beat Purdue on Saturday. Will the Buckeyes score at least one touchdown in each quarter?
Yes, they will. At least one touchdown each quarter, yes. Backups get into the game as well. I think that you'll see some of the backups get in as well. Yes, every quarter they'll score.
I think so, but that fourth quarter usually, like, I feel like they run the clock sometimes. It goes so fast.
They do.
I'm going to say no because I don't think they score one in the fourth.
I think the one that concerns me is the first quarter. If Purdue takes the kickoff, Ohio State sometimes
holds up like 9 minutes
slowly. And may only have one possession and may kick a field goal, but you got to have a touchdown. All right, there are 134 teams in the FBS. The Boilermakers rank 131st in first downs this season. How many first downs will Purdue amass against Ohio State?
I don't think it'll be amassing, if you will.
I think they're averaging 15 a game, Bobby, Purdue.
They are? How many is Ohio State defense letting up? I mean, Penn State was not
great. That would have been
great.
too much show research. They didn't go that deep.
Kent State had 7 first downs last night against Ohio.
I'm going to say 12. Maybe now 11.
I'm going to say 10. Jeez. I think it'll be less than that. I think it's going to be a dominating performance.
All right. They're calling Alabama at LSU an elimination game in the college football playoff. Although I kind of believe that a 3-loss team is going to get into the playoffs. Likely from the SEC. Anyway, 11th ranked Alabama is 6-2. 15th ranked LSU is 6-2. According to FanDuel, the Crimson Tide are 2.5-point favorites against the spread. Gentlemen, are you taking Alabama or LSU? Alabama minus 2.5.
I got to stay consistent. Last night, I leaned into my boy Hester on XM, and I said, you know what? Operator put me on through. I said,
LSU?
Said, send it down to Baton Rouge.
This is so tough because I don't trust.
The thing is, like, when LSU's defense was playing great against A&M, then they made the quarterback shift, and all of a sudden the running QB hurts them. Jade Milroe is a quarterback that can run, but I feel like they're going to be prepared for that now. It isn't something mid-game. So I just trust LSU more than I trust Bama right now.
See, I don't trust either one of them. I don't trust Brian Kelly ever. But give me Alabama. I think I'll take Bama on this one and lay the points. I think it's a field goal win.
All right. In the preseason AP poll, Michigan was ranked 9th. Indiana was picked to finish 17th in the Big Ten. What a difference a couple of months make. Indiana now ranked 8th. The Wolverines are 5-4. assuming that you both believe
that's
the
eighth
Hoosiers,
nationally, not eighth in the Big
Yes,
Ten.
yes.
Assuming that you both believe the Hoosiers will beat Michigan Saturday in Bloomington, tell me the margin of victory. Or you could pick Michigan to win. I'll let you have that as well.
Go ahead, though.
I'm not going to pick Michigan to win as much as you guys want me to, so you can make fun of me. I'm going to say 22-point victory for Indiana.
Wow.
I think they blow them out.
I'll say 17. 22 is God.
That is a big number, but they've been beating teams by
killing people,
30 all year.
Yeah.
Great Thursday night game in the NFL. Bengals at the Ravens. Give me the combined rushing and passing yards for Lamar Jackson.
Let's say 370.
I'm going to say 337 is what I had.
All right, 14 games in the NFL this weekend. 4 teams have byes. Will there be a 60-yard field goal made this weekend?
Kicking's gotten too damn easy, Bobby.
I think the weather's pretty good around the country because that's a big piece of it. And gosh, I'm looking at these scores or these forecasts. I got to kick one to be able to make one. I'm going to say no.
That's a Schlegelism right there.
Well, I mean, it's really like you
have opportunities. You're right. Yeah, opportunity to do it. I will say no as well, but I am all in favor of narrowing the goalpost at some point. This kicking stuff is ridiculous. Yeah. I'd even raise the crossbar.
Why don't we just make him kick it opposite-footed?
Do that too. But I'm saying no, Bobby, raise the crossbar, narrow it, make it harder.
By the way, we've played 9 weeks. There have been 4 field goals this season of 60 yards. Yeah. So it's about a 50-50 chance. All right, here's your tiebreakers. Sunday Night Football, Lions at Houston. Detroit ranked 7th in the NFL in total offense. Houston is 11th. What will be the combined total yards by both teams?
I'm going to say 700.
Even.
700 even. I am going to say 726.
Got one a little
Does that work? 726, you got us down. Shark, my third all-time in Duel Dawn wins. I used to have got 8, but is anybody else in there?
Tim May's got 1, and Push has 1.
Okay. And I've got some good news for you, Shark. Albert Breer texts. As you know, he was talking to the Ravens. He apologized. He asked if he could make it up by coming on tomorrow. So I said, sure. 8:05.
Okay.
Let's go.
Good deal.
Little tease for the folks out there.
That's a super tease.
Albert's got a lot of things going on. I understand you're talking to some important folks out there. And
did he say in the text, tell Tito not to take it personally? Because I am going to take it personally.
He said absolutely take it personal.
Okay, want to make sure. All right, coming up next, he is part of one of the most famous plays in Buckeye history. We'll talk to Craig Krenzel next, right here, Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are tracking heavy traffic on 33 near Plain City. There's a crash that has the left lane blocked right around Post Road. Expect to be slow moving coming in from the Plain City Marysville area. Also still watching a crash on I-70 eastbound right near Hilliard Rome Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Jerry.
Here's something that ECO stands for that you did not see coming.
Okay.
Echocardiogram.
I did not see that coming.
Get Eco.
Most people think if they call someone about their furnace or heat pump, some unscrupulous salesman is going to pressure them to buy a whole new unit, even if their old one could be repaired and give them years more service.
Get Eco.
Your heart starts racing and you're sweating and breathing funny and your echocardiogram just goes nuts.
I'll say.
As the guy who invented those hospital wristbands that always stick to your arm hair, I know a thing or two about echocardiograms.
Get Eco.
But call Eco and our team will explain all your options, what you can fix, how much it costs, and how that compares to a whole new system.
And your echocardiogram?
Nice and flat. I mean flat-ter. Actually, flat is bad. Don't worry, they didn't let me invent any of the medical stuff.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Ready for a new ride? Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
It's Sunday Morning Football on the Fan. Cakes and Eggs live from Munich, Germany, as the Giants battle the Panthers at 9.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Hear the game on ESPN Columbus 1460 AM and our HD2.
Meijer holiday deals are here. Shop now and find gifts for everyone on your list. Like a Gourmet 7 or 8 quart air fryer, just $59.99. Save $40. Buy one, get one 40% off on Barbie dolls and play sets. Buy one, get one 40% off board or card games. And Falls Creek or Colorful Planet Kids sweaters for $12.99. Count on Meijer to help make the holidays extra special. Shop even more great holiday deals like these in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Some of those old injuries, they begin to creep up and things begin to start hurting again. I finally got to the point where I'm like, I can't just wake up and know my knee's going to be bothering me and push through this on a daily basis.
Old football injuries can't keep former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter down. So he decided to check out the all-natural regenerative pain treatments at QC Kinetics.
I was fortunate enough to obviously sit down with QC and kind of understand your body still has the ability to heal in it. We just need to give it a little bit of a boost.
Exactly. QC Kinetics concentrates your body's own healing agents in your painful hips, shoulders, knees, or back.
Everyone can say, well, you need to replace this or replace that, but it's no surprise to see people being willing to try this first, especially when it has such great results.
Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus and call today for your complimentary consultation. See if you're a good candidate. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for TrueHold. Home values in the city, well, they're sky high. We know that. You have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market is peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's the right time. Except for two things. High interest rates are going to burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest TrueHold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Pretty smart, right? TrueHold is going to make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others, and it's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, secure your retirement, and do whatever you want with it. It's your cash. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. TrueHold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much TrueHold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. Again, that's TrueHold.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, it is back. The NBA is here, and you basketball lovers know that FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, wants you to catch all the action. Right now, FanDuel is giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass. All you have to do to catch every tip-off, every buzzer beater, every technical foul, every 40-point performance.
Joel Embiid shove
of a media member. All you have to do is place any $5 bet on the NBA to get 3 months of NBA League Pass courtesy of FanDuel, Bobby.
Absolutely. And, I'm going to have to text Jan to see if that hump day parlay paid off for you yesterday, Shark. We got the Cavs tonight. Maybe even lump that thing in with a little Cavs and Warriors. Visit FanDuel.com/juice to make every moment more this season. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older in present Ohio. After 3-month trial, full price of NBA League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here on 4th down. Could be up to the offensive line. No, Krenzel's going to throw for it. Got to get it off. They go for the ball game. Touchdown! Touchdown! Michael Jenkins!
Well, head on down to the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline, and I'm telling you right now, Craig, if that were me, I would make it required every time I enter a room, someone plays that. I think that's important. I still wear the 16 jersey everywhere I go. They say, oh, you recognize me? Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't know if you recognize. Dude, that's a long time ago. Did you think in the moment, or did you think around that time that happened, that it would be this significant in Buckeye lore?
No, I think the short answer is no. But for us in that moment, definitely realized what a big play it was. I remember looking at Mike on the bench after we came off the field, scored, celebrated. Nuge kicks the extra point. I remember looking at Mike and just kind of like a huge sigh and kind of looked over. I was like, all right, let's get out of here now. Like, could not, there's still some time on the clock. It was a very slow, less than stellar performance from our offense that day. And it was one of those where it was, definitely felt destiny on our side. And, with a minute and a half left, just sitting on the bench, just thinking to myself, all right, let's just get out of here. Can we just get home now?
So what's amazing is that in that play, the design of it's a play that we ran quite often, Craig, as you know. The play right before, Bob. Just run it again. Just run it again.
Just run it back.
And usually the guy on that play that gets the ball was your boy, Mr. Hartsock, coming across on the Y shallow. And I think Ben to this day feels slighted that he could have caught that thing and maybe turned it up for a touchdown. Like, why did we not just take the easy money underneath?
Well, the play before, we did take the easy money because, if you really remember the sequence, it was like 3rd and 15. And dumped the ball off to Ben on the crossing route on the Y shallow on 3rd and long. And he did a phenomenal job of getting across the field, up the sideline, got 13 and a half yards. We just went back to the line of scrimmage, basically called the same play, switched Mike and Chris. Chris Gamble was going to be on the dig route, and Jenks was going to run the post. For me, my first thought was, get the ball back to Ben. We only need 1.5 yards. We're on the 37-yard line. Plenty of time on the clock in terms of running a 2-minute drill. We had enough time to run probably 6 or 7 more plays. And so time wasn't the issue. Obviously, it was the fourth down part that we had to be a little concerned about. So, as I'm calling the play and evaluating the defense pre-snap, my first thought was get the ball back to Ben. But the defensive look that they gave us, they went, tried to bring pressure and cover 0 behind it. And my first couple steps away, just confirming the coverage, was still peeking Ben, right? Because it's, man-to-man coverage. He's a big target, good athlete coming across. It's an easy throw. But with the linebackers bringing pressure and everything underneath, just got a little muddy and cloudy in the box. Stuart Schweigert, who All-American free safety, came down. And, it was just very cloudy, and Ben was covered. And at that point, I'd also known that I lost both backs to protection with the pressure they brought. So I wasn't going to have no check down availability to get that yard and a half. And, but by about, the middle of my drop, I knew I had Mike one-on-one. And anybody that tried to cover Michael Jenkins one-on-one, if I was Joe Tiller after that game, I would have fired, Brock Spack, I think. I think Brock Spack was his D coordinator. I would have probably walked right over to him and said, just go in the locker room. You're done. Your career's over. But they left Mike one-on-one, and the rest is history.
Craig Krenzel joining us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. I know they say it's always sunny in Philadelphia. It's always cloudy in West Lafayette. I don't think the sun's ever shining there. Every time you watch that play, you see that also, how it's just kind of an overcast day when that happened. I'm curious, at what point, so you let go of the ball, and so the ball's going down. I'm sure in the moment, even still when you go back and look at it, it's like slow motion going through it. Did you see the actual catch happen, or was it just the reaction that told you?
More just the reaction. I think I saw a little bit of the catch. That's honestly a question I don't know that I can answer. When you let the ball go, especially on a play downfield in the corner like that. I'm not sure if I even remember when I knew it was a touchdown. I think just it's kind of a surreal moment where everything was just, like you said, kind of happening in slow motion, but at the same time, just very chaotic. And I'm not sure if I recall actually seeing Mike catch the ball or if it was the crowd's reaction or the teammates or whatever. But, I just know shortly after, somewhere in that sequence, we all went nuts.
So I want to take it, kind of big picture. That year, Craig, limited expectations. They grew, obviously, as the season went along, continuing to go undefeated, but there wasn't a big expectation of being good, or that good, I would say, that year. The following year, starting the season number 1, much of the team returning, big victory over Washington on the cover of Sports Illustrated, all of those things. The pressure and expectations, and that to me was kind of like when Ohio State, the expectation train began starting, which now seems a little ridiculous to what it is, the level that it gets to. But what was it like, the difference in expectations preparing for games that season versus the following year, where that year you're winning, it's close games, it's awesome. The next year you're winning, hey, close games, but everything's expected. And just the difference of that, the psychology of all of it.
I think that just depends on the individual player. That's a dynamic that I think coaching staffs have to manage more than the players. And in terms of, the expectations, the confidence levels, the outside distractions that come with, the national media and everybody around the country labeling you're the number 1 team in the country and should run the table and all those types of things. For me personally, it didn't change anything. I think for most of the guys in the locker room, and Bob, you can tell me if you're on board with this or not, but I think for most of the guys in the locker room, nobody has higher expectations. I always tell people this: as fans today, my expectations for this year's Buckeye football team are not higher than theirs. The coaches and the players, in my opinion, always have the highest expectations. So higher than our fans, higher than the local media, higher than the national media. Even when we were starting the season ranked, 14th or 15th or whatever it was in 2002, we in the locker room still had every expectation to go win every game, win the Big Ten, and try to compete for a national title. That's why you come to Ohio State. You come to Ohio State, you have 3 goals: beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, win a natty. And I don't think that has changed in the last however many years you want to look back. So, for me, 2002 versus 2003, it didn't change my expectation at all. I think I was extremely, I think there were some things happening at the end of the 2001 season through that off season. And Bob, you know this. That group of dudes was physically some of the toughest dudes I've ever seen, but more importantly than that, we were a group that was extremely tough mentally and, frankly, pretty pissed off. My freshman year, 6-6, home for Christmas, then a pair of Outback Bowl losses. That's not why you come to Ohio State. You come to Ohio State to beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, and win the natty. And we were far from that. So, I'm just blessed that I just got to play with that group of dudes in that moment of time.
Craig, on Saturday, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go down on campus. I want you to have your jersey on and carry a football with you. And when people come up to you and say, "How aren't you Craig Krenzel?" Say, "No, I just look a lot like him." I would just do that. If I just do that and walk around and tell people I'm not really him and throw some passes, spin it a little bit with some other people and stuff. Do that for me if you would.
I'll do that, but I'll just wear a JT Barrett jersey.
Same thing. All right, thanks.
When you see me from the back, it's like, oh, he's just a JT Barrett fan.
Right. Thanks for the time, Craig. We appreciate it, bud.
My pleasure, guys. Take care.
That was Craig Krenzel, the Brian Heating Calixtus fan. I could talk to players from that team, Bobby. Yourself also. I could talk to you guys forever. That was such a special season. So many incredible moments that year. We'll take a break right now. We'll view the fan poll next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. A heads up to Plain City, Marysville drivers on 33 eastbound. We've got a crash near Post Road that has the left lane blocked and traffic very backed up this morning. We're also tracking a crash on I-70 on the west side. This is in those eastbound lanes right near Hilliard-Rome Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Tires worn down from all the summer driving? Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus between August 1st and August 31st and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Veretta Stein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Quality, transparency, integrity, craftsmanship, and consistency. Those are the words that seem lost by many in the construction industry, but not on Newman Roofing. Because when your name is on it, it just means more. NewmanRoofing.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Common Man and T-Bone.
If I could have a choice between a 9 a.m. game and an 8 p.m. game, I'm picking 9 a.m. every single day.
And we can head to the AMC and watch a little shower scene.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Post Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists. For a limited time, 2 exclusive double-sided Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post up your combo at Cane's while supplies last and support a good cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
At Byers Auto, we've been football fans since 1897, back when tailgates had actual tails. Our legacy of supporting our local team is as strong as our commitment to providing exceptional vehicles. While we're known for our new cars, we also offer a variety of pre-owned vehicles that meet our rigorous standards. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Visit us in person or shop online at buyersauto.com. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Now, in our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo, woo, woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a thump?
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never.
And the sound then goes yip, yip, woo, woo, woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
the unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows. The official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at clouds out there this morning, but the sunshine comes out as we go into the afternoon hours. Temperatures will reach the lower 60s today. Tonight we drop down to the 40s, looking at a sunny day on your Friday with a high of 63. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems in Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Final segment of the week for me. Beamer's back tomorrow with Shark and Bobby. You can join the Fan and Bishop and Friends for an unforgettable evening on Tuesday, November 12th at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. We're thrilled to invite you to the release of our exclusive fan barrel picks. Proceeds benefit Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Enjoy exclusive barrel picks, delicious food pairings, live music, and a meet and greet with Bobby Carpenter and select other athletes. That's what we want, Bobby, right there?
That's what we want. Yeah.
Bobby Carpenter and select other athletes.
Headliner.
For tickets and more, yeah, it's like you're Gladys Knight, they're the Pips. Or the Pimps, as they said in White Men Can't Jump. For tickets and more information, head to 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. And Bishop's been talking a lot about that that bourbon they're going to have there from the barrel picks there. He says they are really exquisite.
Yeah. I mean, Bo would know. He's the man behind it all.
Today's fan poll, 971thefan.com. What team in the top 12 of the CFP is most likely to miss the playoffs, Bobby? We have to believe it'd be a very long shot that all 12 in there now get in. Here are your choices. Boise State, BYU, Alabama, or Tennessee. Where are you going?
I think it's BYU, and it's not even close because if BYU doesn't win, they're not getting in. So they've got to, A, make their conference championship game, which there's a good probability they will. But then B, they've got to win it.
Right.
Tennessee only has one loss. Now, Alabama, you might know this weekend.
Yeah.
If they lose, they're out. And I took LSU to win, so I should say Alabama, but I'm going to say...
Hedge it. There you go.
There you go.
You're right on one way or the other there, Bobby. I think Alabama's the one most likely also, just because I think BYU is going to win out. I think it's more likely BYU wins out than Alabama wins out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I have one more game. Because Bama doesn't have to play, and they're most likely not going to play in the SEC championship. I don't think they're fully eliminated, but it'll be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to this week. You'll know at midnight, hopefully.
Right, yeah, you would think, yes. Yeah.
This week, whether that's the case or not.
Yep, so it should be interesting, though. Yeah, we talked about before, Bobby, the fact that, how much more significant these games are now later in the season than they might have been before. A 2-loss Alabama right now are to be out of the playoff.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be done. They have no chance. And now we got a shot where we got all these other teams that, even Shark mentioned there could be a 3-loss SEC or Big Ten team that gets in, more likely SEC. But the only chaos and the only thing we bad about all this is if we have some 7th-level tiebreaker to eliminate a team from a conference championship game. You know what I mean?
That's, believe me, the SEC could be getting into that.
Could be, yeah, because you don't play everybody.
The ACC could have some of that, too.
They could as well.
There are people that don't play each other, but it looks like if SMU and Miami take care of business, they'll both be undefeated in conference.
And we shouldn't have that in the Big Ten. I'm not worried about that, really. I think the Big Ten will play itself out okay. Big game, obviously, weekend with Indiana and Michigan. By the way, it's a big lineup of guests. Go ahead.
Shark, do you know that Andrew Jackson wasn't always on the $20 bill?
I did not know that, Bob. Who was?
The man who was a 2-time non-consecutive president.
Oh, Grover.
Not Donald Trump either.
Which one?
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland.
And what's ironic here, there's no answer or documentation why they chose to change it. And Andrew Jackson was actually in favor of the 7th president of the United States of abolishing paper currency.
And they put him on a bill?
So that's his reward.
He wanted to abolish paper currency?
I mean, he was the 7th president of the United States. They're still trading gold and silver back then.
I get it.
That was before. I mean, they might abolish paper currency now. There's people that want to go all digital.
You can't do that.
Believe me. How are you going to... Shark, how will he pay those lovely ladies at They can't QR code. It's so
throwing codes.
It's so impersonal to scan a QR code if they have it tattooed to their hip, Shark.
That's why I only take coins into those places.
How much cash do you have in your wallet right now?
$0.
I know.
$8.
Usually I have some. My son, whenever I'm his personal bank, so he gives me money and then I put it from my account to his account. So whatever cash I have is usually dependent on how he's getting paid and how many little different stuff he's got going on.
Your kid owes me $325 if you want to transfer it over, Bobby. I'd probably gave him a loan. I forgot to ask you about that one. But if you want to go to send that over to me via Zelle, that'd be great. Or Zeely, whatever it's called.
Zeely, yes.
Make sure you stick around today because we've got 10:33 on Bishop and Friends. Paul Feinbaum, ESPN. Dom Tiberi's in today, by the way, with Bo and Reeser. And later on, by the way, Gold Jacket Thursday, Rod Woodson.
We get a full day of Dom.
Yes, full day of Dom.
Wow.
From 1 to 3 today with Rothman and Ice after the Ryan Day Show of noon to 1. Gold Jacket Thursday, Rod Woodson, Hall of Fame defensive back, will be joining that show as well.
You didn't tease me on the show yesterday with Rothman, so.
Were you on with Rothman yesterday? It wasn't in the list. I get a sheet that says.
Every Wednesday at 1:30. However, we had to change it.
Okay, listen, then we will get that fixed next time, which will probably be never that I co-host after today, playing the wrong teases and not the right NFL music and all those things. But next time, Bobby will get you. Make sure you go check out Bobby on Tuesday, November 12th, and other select athletes with the meet and greet at the Make a Difference Gala, and support Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation. Thanks so much. Make sure you stick around. Bishop Friends next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. We are still tracking a big crash on 33 eastbound out in Plain City. We've got the right shoulder blocked off near Post Road due to a crash. Expect to be slow moving coming in from the Plain City, Marysville area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Indiana's favored over Michigan for the first time since 1968. For 43 straight meetings, Michigan has been the favorite, but they're a big 2-touchdown underdog this week. Indiana has the longest streak in the country with 8 straight wins against the spread. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I get a test, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now. And I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
To Central Ohioans, fall means one thing, football. At Sears Heating and Cooling, fall also means one thing, furnaces. We're not plumbers or electricians. Nope. For 74 years, we've been your Central Ohio heating and cooling experts. Need an electrician or plumber? We'll gladly give you a referral, but we won't pretend to be your one-stop shop for all the trades. We're HVAC experts, and our mission is to provide the highest quality service at the best possible price. That's the local advantage of doing business with your neighbors at Sears Heating and Cooling. Online at SearsHeatingCooling.com.
All right, the happy Honda days are here at your main Honda of Dublin. So I just talked to Rich, and he tells me they're going to help you celebrate your new vehicle with 0% APR up to 72 months on select 2024 and 25 models. He's also starting select leases as low as $249 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin, where you'll get same-day service, no appointment necessary. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. We are an independent financial planning firm ready to help you make the right decision for yourself, your family, and your future. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years.